Lost It's Rehydrate Zero from
Nice.
7-Eleven brand.
Oh shit, that's the real
I got
shit.
2 keys. I got a bush over here, don't worry. But I'm mixing in some electrolytes.
Good.
Gotta stay
Just
on top of it.
also, Kofax, I'm not gonna put uh the live stream on Live Peer after this. It's gonna be cut off.
Okay.
So it'll be a black screen until we figure out what else to put there for 24 hours of the day. And then
Okay.
that new solution that we have will, I have to figure out a way how to programmatically have it switch when we do stream. So like the idea I've had so far is like we'll have maybe some kind of like 3D looping animation or something like that kind of like hangs out there 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then when there's a stream, stylistically, maybe there's like a countdown that goes like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then the live stream kind of like pops up, whatever. And that I want that to be true for like whoever live streams. Obviously us, but then book club or whoever live streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, after
Could we?
this, no more 24/7
Yeah.
on
I
higher
didn't
zip.
realize we were streaming 24/7.
Yeah. The
Oh,
YouTube 24/7 will still go because that costs $50 a month, and that is doable, I think. But the one on
Yep.
HZip won't.
nice. Paid for by your ad revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that's YouTube is like. We don't care.
Yeah, let
We have
them
all
let
the
them foot
info
the
in the
bill
world.
there. Fuck that. They got the
Oh
money.
yeah. So could we, if in the scenario where we just like loop something, what's the back end for that?
I was thinking about using three. I think it's called React Fiber 3. It's basically 3JS.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, we could create a 2D animation and do like framer motion or something like that as well. It all depends on what we want it to look like stylistically, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
I got a buddy that does interactive art, where it's like move the mouse or like pan and zoom and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like we could have
Yep.
it could be fun to have like a mini metaverse where it's like here's the different shows and you can kind of like click on them and then it'll take you to like either like a YouTube archive or something like that.
yeah, it'd be sick.
I do like that. That's
But then it's less a channel. So I don't know. There's different directions that we could take
Yeah,
it.
but I think the UI can still be like that from a UI perspective. Because I guess yesterday when I was thinking about the interactive stuff, I basically went on YouTube and was like simple query like best 3JS animations ever, like, and tried to see what was on there, and I got a lot of stuff like that where it's just like, oh, it's like you could do this to your UI, and I'm like, oh, that's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it did like inspire some thoughts on like, oh, maybe from a UI perspective, I think it could be really cool to do something like that because like sifting through shows could be something like a library, right? So like if that could be 3D,
I'm thinking like PlayStation, where you're selecting the games and shit,
Yeah. That's fire.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the OG PlayStation UI where it's like 2D nav? You could kind of like go left and right between menus and then up and down within them.
Yeah.
It won a bunch of awards back in the day. I'm only thinking about it because I dusted off my PSP at the beginning or at the end of last year, and I was like, oh yeah, this is actually like, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah, that could be sick.
It could be sick.
How do you guys see that in combination? Do we like, because we already have a UI that is like almost like the menu thing, but maybe the two UIs could live side by side. I don't know until I think I would have to see them side by side to see if they would match that way because would we like, which I'm not against either, which would be like making the UI fully
Just like a fully custom animation type thing. That'd be sick.
Right. instead of relying on the menu bar that we have been doing now, I guess is what the thing is.
It's maybe more fun.
It
We
could
gotta
be.
do some experiments to figure it
Yeah.
out, but it could work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and it begs the question of like what is the overall structure of whatever the fuck our website is, you know, like at high level.
Yeah. I mean, I think the structure would stay the same in my head, right? Because it's still like there's a show on right now, but there's also like a DVR TiVo portion where you can go and look at
Mm-hmm.
what has already been streamed, basically.
I love it. Okay.
Right? I think.
Right.
Actually, to that point about like EVR, probably one of the highest leverage things that we can do is there's a pattern with web applications. I think Friendtech was the first to kind of really popularize it in crypto, where it's like, in order to access the thing, you have to kind of add it to the home screen on your phone, right? If you're on mobile, at least. And then when you do that, you get notifications. Like you can like send like a push notification to someone's phone. So it could be like the higher stream zip is starting, and then people would tune in, which I feel like is kind of table stakes if we're just kind of like the standalone website. And
That's true.
you know what I mean? So that could be something
What's
super
table-
high leverage to think about.
Table stakes
What is-
poker?
Like if we want to have a streaming platform, we probably want to be able to notify people when
Yes.
a stream is starting, right? That table stakes, and that's like poker.
Okay.
Like to sit at the table, like to compete as a
understand.
streaming platform, you need to be able to let people know that you're streaming.
Right. And the mini app just probably ain't it. Or it's not enough, supposedly. Also, it's way fucking cooler to be an app.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
outside. Well, and that's kind of what we set out to do, not necessarily create an app, but to bridge the gap to fucking real life outside of Farcaster.
Right. App does do that for us really nicely, to be honest. I think, I don't know. I mean, how do you guys feel? I don't want to change the subject too much, but like frames or what's it called? Mini apps? Wow. I really went the frames route.
I think it's tough. I think for like a mini app, it's like you want to do a mini action in the
Right.
mini app and kind of get back out. Like I think a mint is a perfect thing for a mini app. But like extended time in the mini app, like is tricky because you can accidentally close it or like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the lowest level thing that would make sense for us is the continuous audio, but even that is like couldn't be done with another standalone app, right? Like the audio can continue playing if you close out. And even better yet, like the picture in picture, right? Like YouTube app has picture in picture. So like feels like a thing
Why not?
a little bit, yeah.
I mean, is that possible? Like right now, can I just
Save it to the
Go
homepage.
go through that, save it to my homepage?
You can. So here, let me show you what it looks like. Be nice if I had iOS simulator, but I don't. So let's see if I can do this. You guys see HIGHER.ZIP, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you hit the
Yeah,
share button, I think,
totally.
down at the bottom, it's you see that add to home screen option.
Yeah.
You hit that.
I just
then-
didn't know if there
Yeah.
needed to be things done on the back end to make that
There it
work.
is.
So when you
Bro?
open that, does it open with the Safari
Web view.
It does?
Yeah. So when I
Okay.
click that, it's like this.
Full screen.
There's no browser bar,
Oh, that's good.
right? It's just like,
Love it.
That's dope though.
yeah.
Oh,
So
it's an
like
app.
there's Safari there, I think, and then there's like HZip, and And I think we can send push notifications if we set it up. We haven't set it up, but
So we're kind of already there then.
Is it done?
no. So that's like any website has that, right?
Right.
We gotta add in support for like actually like we gotta look into it, but like that's like back end infrastructure where it's like we kind of go to like a secure portal and we're like, all right, time to blast the notification, or maybe we automate it in some way. So there's like work to be done there. But the nice thing is you get presence on the person's app and you get the push notification without having to go through the app store, which sucks ass.
Yeah.
That's fucking gangster, dude.
So how do you view the secure backend portal then, I suppose, right? Like, is that something
We gotta create it.
Yeah, but is it like built via, like in terms of accessing it, would we go to HIGHER.ZIP and log in and then that would take us to some kind of backend portal? Or could we just make a completely separate site essentially? Or maybe it's the same thing actually.
I have to look into like how blasting the push notifications work, but I'm assuming we could set up a portal anywhere and then it has some way of like communicate, because it goes through Apple at the end of the day.
Right.
I think so. I can look into it. I can scope it a little bit and see what's possible there. It shouldn't be too difficult to set up, because it's like a well-trodden path to an extent. So ChatGPT and Claude should know what's up.
It's old news for them, yeah.
So
Yeah, but then there's interesting things because like with FriendTech, for instance, it's like if you haven't added it, in order to actually access the thing, it's like you have to add it and then you have to open it in that way that I showed you. Where it's like from your device, not from Safari.
And then probably there's a pop-up that says like yes or no to notifications or something, right?
Something like that, yeah.
No, you can't turn them off.
Never. You have to delete the app to turn them off, dude.
I'm actually going to see if I go to my iOS settings, because you know how they have like notification settings and then it shows like every app ever in there. Let me see. Do I see higher in here? I don't see it in here, so I don't know. Maybe it's like I have to request it for it to show.
We're in, dude.
Right next to Home Depot, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. On top of Home Depot, that's valuable real estate.
That's VIP, yeah. How'd you what's the rate on that? The CPM on
priceless. Fucking priceless. This is actually really nice just for myself.
What'd you add to home screen?
Yeah.
Nice.
As opposed to going in my browser, typing it in every time.
Yeah, that's a good point, honestly. Let me do that too. That's crazy. I haven't done that.
I love that little
The arrow too. The
clicker.
icon.
That clicker is so fun, bro.
Random question. With the calendar, so the stand that I got was like cardboard. Is that like a proof? Or it's like
You gotta
see. I need to make a video on that. You have to peel
you have
off
to peel the paper off.
No.
Do it live on camera right now.
Okay, let me go grab it for a second. I'll be right back.
Satisfying. This is an ASMR video right here.
I'll make that video and post it today because I was just talking to my wife about that. I was like, I think I need to make a video because if you've never fucked around with acrylic before, you won't know.
That's funny.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Cameron.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
She's like, did I get a proof? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a protective layer so it doesn't get scratched. It's kind of hard to peel off too. That's what Brian and I were talking about when we were discussing shipping. Like,
I had to get a box cutter
nice
on the corner, like, and just like grab because I guess my finger couldn't grab like like a little exposed lip that was there, so I had to use and just peel really slow. I was able to get the whole thing on one without it ripping.
It is really satisfying to do, but the fact that people probably don't know to do that is
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, here we go.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Oh,
Let's get a
yeah.
close up. Let's get a close up. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Computer,
yeah.
clip this.
Computer.
Yo, yeah, you seen that? There's a guy on actually on TikTok or some shit doing that joke in real life to people. He's like, computer, liquefy his testicles. And it's just like kind of a prank video where he's just going around the street doing that to people. Computer, make these two gay.
I've been seeing a lot of like, sir, I'm gonna have to write you a $69 ticket because I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah.
but this parking spot's for gay
For gays
people
only. And he gets them to admit that they're gay. He's like, yeah, I've been gay. He's like, okay, just a few questions. How long have you been gay? Forever. And they're like, they're straight. They're like straight men, like old men.
Like, can I hear your best gay voice?
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude.
Are you a top or bottom? And some dudes, they like can't even fake it where they're like, oh, I'm so a top. I'm a top. Like they like can't even fake the thing.
So wait, they actually believe that they're gonna get a ticket? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're not
Yeah, it's like old people usually. Like late 40s, 50s, sometimes
That's
60s.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's always
Straight
gray haired old men. Like
Bizarre.
Bro, we need to do a PSA on this because it is not obvious.
Yeah, no, definitely. Multiple PSAs. Because there's
It's
some
gonna
other
look so
fuckers
much
out there,
better.
right?
I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn, I got cardboard.
Oh, that's sad if someone else has that right now thinking the same damn
for
thing.
real,
dude.
yeah. Damn.
I mean, if I'm thinking it, I guess because I'm like affiliated, I was like, oh, maybe I got some, some
Some bullshit.
approved.
No.
Right?
No, man, you get the legit thing, dude. Come on, man.
Come on now.
Kovac sent me a hat too. You guys see this?
Hey,
Looks good.
it's a nice hat.
Finally have higher merch. This
Dude.
is my first piece of higher merch.
Dude, are you gonna sell the black on white or the white on black?
I don't know. Yes. If I don't know if anyone wants to buy that shit.
Dude, could you
That's
make it a
crazy.
higher zip one and could we sell that?
Yes. Fuck yeah. Sure.
Maybe that might be the move.
Why
The
not?
HG logo is so nice, by the way. Just the HG, like with the dot in it.
With the dot, yeah. That's what I was gonna say about that shirt. That I mean, I guess at that point I don't think we even had the dot. I think it was actually the square. If we get that shirt with the from Higher Market, if they reprint it or something, it should be with the circle.
Big time. Ooh, that circle's good. Remember what Cactus did? Then he turned it into a play button for his video.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Bro, that was cracked.
Yeah.
He just casually dropped that. You know what I mean? Like
So
that was insane.
should we make our UI? Look, we've been using it a lot, honestly. Is actually a motif that I kind of accidentally stumbled upon when making the calendar. So in the back of the covers, those 6 symbols
Mm-hmm.
are very much, I feel like, in line with like the clicker and the concept of like using weird symbols for like the mute button and like you remember how we like our first iteration of Higher Zip was that it was like using weird abstract symbols for
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh shit, these are like repeating now. These are like a thing that. And then now with the circle talk, I'm like, okay, then maybe we should dump the whole nav bar and just make it a bunch of fucking circles, dude.
I think the sweet spot for me would be like we can make it as esoteric and like illegible as possible. But like the center of the circle should be able to switch out to something that's super legible all the time. So whilst we're in like calendar mode, the calendar will be straight in the middle, and all you have to do is click that button, you're in there. But like, and then there's lots to explore in the outer rings. And that's where, you know, if people want to go deeper, they can. But we can always have something super legible if we're also going to be super illegible in other ways.
I like that.
Accessibility mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
It just turns it into like a page of text.
Just big, bold.
The stream is not even like the stream anymore. It's just a transcription of it appearing as text lines.
Actually, or it's what are those? There's like a whole category. Is it RPGs where it's literally just like a character on the screen and he's moving its mouth and then there's just text underneath it? What? I think it's like Japanese. Yeah, I guess kind of like Pokemon, but also like Japanese video games in general, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what.
I'm not an expert. I'm not the gamer.
Dude,
I sound like video games in general, yeah.
I've been trying to
because nobody wants to animate mouth sounds.
Yeah.
Or animate mouth moves.
True.
It's just a simple up and down, doesn't match anything.
Yeah. It's like the Canadians in South Park.
Kung Fu films.
Yeah. Yes, we get nerdy about like making shit weird, but it's true at the end of the day, we do need it to be we do need to still sell shit. So the balance
barbell it, yeah. Barbell it, make it like idiot easy and also depth of exploration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go to the edges of the curve.
I'm in.
There we go. So much better.
Release.
See, and that's the thing. It does take longer than you want it to peel that shit off.
It's hard, honestly. Like finding an edge. I was like, should I go at this with a box cutter? No, it'll fuck up the acrylic.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like we had no other. If we didn't ship it with that, it would have been scratched.
Yeah.
You know, it might be an interesting compromise. You just give them a little lip. Just like peel like half an inch of a corner. So it's like, oh, you know, so then you can kind of see, like, I just kind of continue this, but it's protected.
That's true.
Because getting started is the hardest part. Once you are able to like get that little bit, then it's fine. It's just like.
You're right.
And you just shotgun it, peel this off.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Peel off paper.
True, you could Sharpie on it. That's true.
It's a good idea.
So it's obvious after sending out 21 of them.
From a product design thing, also you could just have the up arrow point in the direction that you peel it.
Nice.
That's true.
Speaking of those covers, I got those papers yesterday. I'm gonna do that today and probably ship them out tomorrow morning or something like that. And I got last time I hadn't counted, but each pack of those papers is like a pack of 10. I think last time, because of the testing, I maybe sent you like 8 of some kind, 7 of some kind, or something like that. Maybe I did.
We had enough for,
I think 27.
23.
Oh, okay. So then I'll send you 30 now then.
Excellent.
Because I've already tested it. I don't need to do test prints at all. I can just do it now.
Lovely. And cool, yeah, because I have 3 more boxes packaged that are just waiting for orders, but after that I'm dry.
Okay. And then that's the first edition, baby. The next edition, we can correct the date to 2027.
I forgot. That's awesome.
But then if you open the first page, I was reading it the other day, and it got 2027 in like the extended text. It's got that right.
Yeah.
But it's just like bam, right there. It was sitting in front of us this whole time, and none of us called it.
Even the NFT itself too. And no one said shit, even the public.
No, I don't know if anyone's noticed. I've looked at that cover so much and I didn't notice, bro.
It's funny, dude. It's so funny. But that's the shit. That now first edition, like we can switch that NFT now, right? Like after a second edition, we could just like now whoever gets the NFT from then on gets the 2027 one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
that's how rarities are birthed, man. That's how
That's right.
that's how they birth.
Rare trait. Love it.
I left some of that, not to bring up the tool thing again, but I left some of that stuff in the tool contract as well, where some names will like run off of the chart. And I was like, I think I'm gonna leave that because it feels like a misprint a little bit. I'm just gonna leave it.
That's kind of awesome.
How do you guys feel about the progress bar thing? More detail, less detail, or I mean, it's definitely that iteration was just for like, I guess, internal use for us, you know.
It could be cool to show it to people.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
Public
say there is
accountability.
another version where we could show it to people, and on that version, I would say that we have like stats like how many more calendars until we break even. You know what I mean? Like something like that, and then maybe even like the buy buttons where they could like go to the Stripe or to the thing, and then that way it's like and then further down down the line we could do like how much like after we hit the profit after we hit profit, like how much each artist gets or is getting at each sale. You know what I mean?
Zero right now.
Yeah,
but
zero right now. Negative. Actually, they should pay us to be
Yeah.
honest.
So it's like, yeah, I love that. This is kind of like Kickstarter almost, where
Yeah.
there's a progress bar, and then it's like I think that maybe either below this line or below this line, we should just have a big product image and then like a buy button or something like that, and then all this should still be here. I think it's fine if it's here too. Like it's cool for, or maybe it's like we have a tab and like one tab is like a cost tab, and then there's like another tab for like updates on the project. Like for instance, when Colfax is like, anyone who ordered from this date, your order is now shipped, right? Like there could be stuff like that.
That's
and then
cool.
there's the cost tab where it's like we just kind of show the breakdown. I feel like it's pretty close though. Like at the very least, a product with the buy button that like takes you to the spot.
Good thinking.
Okay, cool. So we should. I'll definitely work on that as like a almost like a V2 public facing one. Again, I didn't add all that stuff at first because I thought it was like just for us, and maybe like we would only share it with like the artists. But yeah, if it's a public thing, because as I was looking at it, I was like, actually, this would be cool to share in public. Like
Well, it's a goal, right? Like this thing up here is a goal, and like people like seeing that, so they want to help you get there more than necessarily wanting the artifact.
we could like even like I don't know if this is far fetched, but like even a donate button where people could donate like just cuz, right? Like, do you want to send 5 USDC to us just cuz? You know?
Yeah, they do that on Kickstarter too.
Right.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
That might be the
I
vibe.
love this.
Should I add you as a collaborator then, Cameron? On this?
Sure.
On this repo?
Yeah, sure. It should just be Compreni@gmail.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
just one branch. So.
May as well
What
share
do we
it,
do
right?
next?
Just more marketing. Sorry, John?
I was gonna ask, what do we do after this? Is there, so what I've heard so far is like, so there's some calendar logistics. It seems like it's mostly sorted. We need to keep pushing and sell those. There's some updates we could do to the website. And then the larger question is like, what after that?
I don't know if it's HD or not, but I want to prototype a social network for fun. And
Yeah, talk about that. Why do you want to do that?
I have 3 minutes, but let's speed run it. Because there's a couple like sort of merging theses. One is that like on-chain social never really happened. Like you could argue that Farcaster is on-chain social, but I think you still can't like sign in with your wallet and post, which is like, that's a weird thing to me, right? You have to like have this app, but this app has a signer and there's all this stuff. So just kind of like cutting through that. Number two, it's like, I still feel like NFTs are like the primitive for content.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like bringing that insight, and it's like, sure, maybe they're making a comeback, but like, I don't know. And then number three is that I have this sick Twitter handle, which is just the numbers 721, and I really want to use it.
That's
I
crazy.
really want to use it.
That's awesome.
And so it's like, you know, ERC 721, obviously, like every post is like an open edition of them until the next post comes out, and then you can't collect it anymore. Like something simple like that, where it's like, oh, I kind of get it. It's on chain. ETH is cheap now on mainnet, stored forever, presumably, right? And that's to the point of like text initially, right? But we could also have image URLs maybe, and like IPFS. I don't know, but like this is kind of like
so you're bringing
fully on chain social.
You're bringing Sent Pages back, baby.
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's cool if it's just text and fully on chain as opposed to IPFS.
Right. So then it's like truly permanent, not like, did someone pay their IPFS bill this month? Where's my image?
Exactly.
What if it was images only and the person posting paid to Arweave when they posted?
Yeah, they could put an Arweave link in there, and it could be images only. Yeah. The thing is, like
SVGs only.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because I was even thinking like, should we like what if it's kind of like a silent social network where it's like not actually about chatter? It's like, think about it more as like you know, aim days and like status. Like you're kind of pushing your status, and like other people can see that, other people can react to that, but it's not about someone coming into your replies and saying "fuck you, racist" and like ruining your day or something like that. You know what I mean?
I like that a lot. The status thing is a dope motif. I think that shit is fire, to be honest. And honestly, Instagram has that too. I feel like that's a like a under leveraged or something. Like I don't feel like there's enough social networks doing that now. Of just like,
well, it's because they want you to keep like consuming, but it's like if it's not. And I guess, John, this is kind of like an argument against like maybe not against, but like why it's like, I would love to just be able to go to a place, see the latest from my friends, like, or like, you know, not like algorithmic, this, that, the other. It's just like, this is what my like community or whatever wants me to read if I'm going to read anything by them at a given moment. And then I can just get off. Like I can mint it, I can get off, I can update mine, they can see it, but it's like, I don't know. There's some sort of minimalist, but on chain, the intersection of these two things as a form factor is where my intuition is kind of like gnawing at.
That's cool. If you
like a notice board.
Yeah, exactly.
And you choose like who can pin, or like the platform is notice board, and like it reconfigures the notice board based on who you're following. Or
what are you calling it? A notice board? I've never heard that term before.
Well, MySpace had the bulletin board too, so it's kind of like that, right? It's like,
I see.
Is that the British way, like the saying bulletin board? It's the same thing.
Yeah, maybe you call it a cork board.
Yeah.
Oh, I realized actually I have till the half hour, so I don't actually have to go right now. So we can also talk about other stuff. But yeah,
I like the idea.
Of like I like the idea of corkboard. When you were first saying, I just want to see the people that I want to see and what they want me to see, I was just thinking of, that's just my following feed. But I actually think there's something different if it's like a notice board, like it's there. I think this. I feel like if you get away from the scroll and it's more of a notice board,
Yeah.
that feels cool.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
like I've got the notice board pinned and people post there, so obviously like I'm just gonna check it today and see what people are posting. And like there's not really an incentive to post more than once a day because as
We
soon
can
as you
enforce
post,
it at the protocol too. You can only post
Yeah.
once a day.
but even then, like even if you didn't want to enforce that, because say someone posts something they don't like, they want to post it again better or something, it will just show their latest post anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you had to be there to capture yesterdays or yesteryears.
Yeah, also you made me think of how AIM, like when you had AOL Instant Messenger, you made the groups however you wanted to make them, right? Like I guess because I was a child, I'd be like, oh, boys and girls, right? And it'd be like all the boys that were, like my friend, and then it'd be like a girls group. But
That's how the cards fell, huh?
yeah. And then you would like do the what is it? The lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. What is that called? It's like caps lock and then not. But anyway,
You were in it deep. I used AIM, but I don't think I was quite as prolific as you in
Bro.
the online social setting.
Away messages? You didn't fuck with away messages?
The thing that I loved is when you would log on, you could set like a custom tune to play or something like that. And I was like, this is so sick. It was kind of like the same thing as ringback tones, but even cooler in my opinion. Cause like who's calling people, right?
Yeah.
Like you want people who aren't necessarily that close to you to hear this and like know that it's right. Yeah. AIM was crazy.
Yeah.
Now we're too online.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like the
He says I'm
aspect of
strange. Sorry.
I do like the aspect of instead of channels, you essentially create your own channels by grouping people together. Right? Like you're like I could make a group that's like higher and it's like I only put people in that group that I want, in terms of
I
like
think people could kind of like pin the channels.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool actually. I really like that because then it is like it's a mode of discovery if you want it to be.
Right.
Like these are all the different groups. Because I was thinking like, is it going to be like a follower following thing? Because I don't really like that because it's like, how many networks am I going to have to follow Brian on? Like, here's like the N one, right? Which is something that I think Reddit actually does really well, right? It's really much less of an individual and much more of a collective network, the subreddit.
Yeah.
Like the identities are really kind of secondary, although they do carry a reputation, but definitely not cross subreddits. It's like within a subreddit, you're like, oh, this guy knows everything about this topic. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, for HIGHER.ZIP though, in terms to answer your question, John, I definitely think we got to do we replace the 3D animation, or not even with a 3D animation, but something to be up there 24 hours a day, essentially, and then switch to the live stream. I feel like that, to me, feels like the first order of business, at least for me. And then that document I shared about like starting to build out like the chat feature-ish thing. I know we were talking to, I forget who, regarding banker logins and stuff like that.
Never got back to me. Yeah, pinged them a couple times.
So like going down that rabbit hole of making the database so we could build out all the other features that we've been talking about, including the NFT platform, maybe, I think was one of them. So yeah, to answer your question about what's next, that feels like kind of the area.
Yeah.
That I feel like I'm behind on, honestly. So I need to tackle those things.
Yeah, I agree with that hierarchy.
Not to mention also the hats, bro. The HIGHER.ZIP hats.
Yup.
Not to throw more work at you, but like the next merch product is basically what I'm getting at.
We need that. Yes. And I think, and it's probably happens regardless, but next product we release is just one piece, right? You know, it's a hat or it's a fucking whatever else, a paperweight, you name it, but
Yeah.
simplifying that
Yeah.
and making it sexy.
I mean, I feel like sandwich in between now and then, I feel like we could do the other thing we talked about last call, I think, which was like the push pins or the magnets, like a pack of 4 or something for the magnets and like however many of the push pins or whatever. I feel like we
And
could
we
kind of
could
just like put that for sale without like necessarily having to make an announcement about it, because that's just maybe like a staple product that is just there.
It could be fun to do like a magnet pack where there's like 3 different designs. You know, it comes with the coin. Maybe it's like written higher and it has
Yeah.
like 2 magnets in the back.
Yeah.
Cause it, you know, like you get a sticker pack and that's fun because you get like 3 or 4 different types of
It's
stickers
true.
and also just more content to post too. Like, and also that sounds fun for me to make as opposed
Why
to
have
just
we not?
same.
Why is there no higher sticker pack? One thing that came to mind then was like, people would buy multiple sticker packs. I couldn't see people buying multiple magnet packs. But like, once you stuck like 5 stickers around like your local, and like, I don't know, you need another 5 or you need another 10 or whatever.
Right.
Mhm. So there it is. But also, let's do both. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we do both, honestly.
Mhm.
One more to toss into the mix, I don't know, is the pencils.
Oh yeah.
I think the pencils are almost there. I think we just need to throw in one thing. Can anyone guess
Yeah.
what the one thing is with the
Sharpener?
pencils that we?
Sharpener?
Yes, because I have the pencils now, and I'm like sick. I'm about to cosplay a contractor walking around with a higher pencil. Like I want to do this,
Yeah.
but like if I bust it out, it's fucking.
It's gonna be dull.
I need to be able to sharpen it.
Do you
and I
even
don't know
use
how many
that
people-
pencil, dude?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just
this is how I had to sharpen it. This
Um,
was the only thing I had to sharpen my pencil.
oh,
And you're right. It did not
wife's
work.
coming in. Here we go. I guess we got one.
Hey,
On
wow.
demand, bro.
That's a
I
real
didn't
wife
know.
right there, dude. You said you needed a sharpener and you got one instantly, dude. That's crazy.
Well, I didn't want to blow my image and go ask her, "Hey, do you have a sharpener so I can look like I use this pencil?"
What
But
if you
she,
say
uh,
what if you say Diet Coke out loud? This is
it doesn't. Why? It doesn't register. What is it? What is that supposed to mean?
you just get it just shows up out of nowhere.
She
Dude.
just shows up with the
You just
Diet Coke.
spawn and shit.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Italian club.
But yeah, if we just if we went to like Utrecht or like AC Moore, I don't know what kind of arts and crafts. I'm sure we can, or like Amazon, like a cheap plastic one that's like 40 for like $5. We just threw them in with because the pencil. Okay, because like
You're right.
yeah, I don't know, and it's like big. It's a big item, right? The magnets are actually like when I got it, I was like, oh, and like the pin, I'm like, oh, it's like really cute, right? So it's like when I was taking a photo, I had to really get up there. Also, it's 11/11 Make-A-Wish.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think all of these are great ideas. Magnets, the pencils,
One thing-
and the stickers. Yeah.
How easy is it to make Chrome shit? Because one thing I'm thinking as we're talking out loud is like, or even the sticker pack could be like hollow stickers, like something that reflects Chrome. Because I think one of the things we've said that we might do is like help with the NFC mint for the HP Chrome. And if we were to move
Doubles as a
into
phone stand.
nice,
Oh, hell
Hey,
yeah.
honestly, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
yes, John, the stickers would be a great opportunity for Chrome. Outside of that, it's like really fucking hard to make things Chrome. But stickers would be great.
well, maybe we do like stickers whilst we help with the mint thing, because that can be like a double whammy where like we're moving in a direction towards NFC stuff. We're also setting ourselves up with the next merch product at the same time, and
Mhm.
the two like both bounce off each other. In that, like, there's an NFT collection for people to mint, and in that, there's inherently the sticker pack will come up. And I was like, well, this goes along with it. Like, or if you want to like get a sticker pack as well, you just mint this extra cost, and there's some split at that level that goes to us.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you don't want to do that for HP Chrome anymore, and they're just going to use Highlight, which is also fair. But
I don't
I'm
know.
not too sure, yeah, what they're doing, to be honest.
The Cactus is just he's out of commission right now. I don't know what the plan is there. I don't know if that's even gonna come out.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Or they? Sorry, I actually don't
He's
even
in
know.
school. I guess he's in law school, but
Oh,
he also lives in areas that are not safe right now.
oh damn.
So
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Shit. War zones?
Dude, literally everybody that like submitted for the calendar lives in a
In a
fucking
war zone? Holy shit, dude, that's so
Like
sad.
6 out of all of the artists, I'm like looking at the countries, I'm like, oh fuck. Or like bordering Ukraine. Yeah, I'm just like, damn, bro.
Damn.
Like I said, fucking Randir was like, don't send it, there's a war. I was like, holy fuck.
That's so sad, dude. Fuck.
Crazy, bro. I know. I was like, well, we'll hold you one. Don't worry. But yeah, I was like, I know you got things to worry about
Yeah,
beyond the calendar. All right.
Right.
Like I appreciate you even replying to this message.
right. Jesus, dude.
But
And that's what and potentially that's where Cactus is. You're saying I don't know where is that where he is?
yeah, he's in Eastern Europe. But what he told me was that he's in school, finishing up law school. So, but both.
Okay.
That was the same thing with fucking. You remember Dimitri, who was
Oh, shit,
doing all the
yeah.
horse images?
Oh yeah.
He was in Ukraine.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Where's he now? What the hell?
Oh no,
Unknown. Oh my god, that's sad, dude.
I'm saying, bro.
There was a big Tippin user, is a big Tippin user, Kraken 8 on Farcaster. He's in like Odessa. I don't know how to pronounce it. Odessa, Ukraine. And he's like, another sleepless night getting bombed. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
God.
I know, bro.
Wild out there. And like my family is ethnically Iranian, but like they're not there. But it's just what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Like it's really a turbulent time in the world.
Fucking Christ. Yeah. And lucky that we get to think about calendars and shit, you know.
Right.
But also, like, those motherfuckers that are so deep in it, like, they just won't. They'll go about their day talking to you online, and you know you would be none the wiser. You know, they're like,
That's true.
they're about it. They're like, fuck it, I'm gonna live my life. I have mad respect. Like, if that was happening in America, bro, like everybody would be like, I can't. I don't know yeah, it's amazing, the personalities and
Yeah.
the drive, and the will to just be yourself. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's true.
I digress. Okay, so more magnets, stickers. I'll look at hats. The reason I hadn't done any hats in a long time is because my local print shop shut down last 6
right.
months. And I don't know. I don't fuck with most of these online retailers. I think for one that have ship blanks, I think start off with a good blank and you have a good hat no matter what you put on it. And two, like, then I have to get, then there's like a whole shipping pipeline before it even gets to me costing money that it's not worth it. So I'll find another print shop over here because I have blanks that I like, or I know where to get the blanks that I like, and I want to get them printed locally. But it's also like, I don't know how many to buy. Like, you know, my office is already like a USPS bomb went off. You know, it's like, how much warehousing do I want to do? But I don't like the hats that you can buy or print on demand because I'm a snob. Yeah, maybe that's the solution. Just get over that part and just shut up.
No, I think
Well, we could also like run back the NFT kind of like situation where there is an appetite in crypto, I think, to be part of how a project develops. And you can sell the ability to make a choice in the form of an NFT. And that in like NFTs maybe are just intangibles and being able to sell those things. So I gave this, I was talking with this idea with Genuine Jack for a while where like he was having trouble around, well, I make these things and then I don't know if people want them or not, or like people don't buy them when I've made them. And my view was like, well, you would never knew if people wanted them in the first place. So maybe you want to go upstream and say, we're going to make something together. And in order for you to be part of what's made, buy this NFT, and then we'll make it, you've got some voting power through the fact that you hold this NFT. And in a way, you've also bootstrapped some of the cost of whatever made. So that might be you've got to kind of plan it out in advance, kind of like have an idea of like, all right, there's an option between A, B, and C of like kind of the first product. And I know that I can only really do these things, but I know those costs. And therefore I know if I sell NFTs at this rate right at the beginning, I've made money right at the beginning, and all I have to do is spend my time and energy with the people kind of working out how exactly their vision fits into what I know is possible.
Yeah.
I like that. That's an interesting thought. For some reason, my brain here and definitely challenged this because I'm just kind of communicating stream of consciousness right now. It feels like all of these things are one idea, and I'm including not only the product ideas that we have, but that funding mechanism that you're talking about, or the funding, not only funding, but interest mechanism that you're describing right now, and maybe also even the progress bar as well. Like being transparent with that, and or publishing the transparency behind that, and making that the entry point for the next product, essentially. Right, where it's like, yes, we're showing you the progress and the break even, the profit and the cost of this one product. And maybe in that same page, or maybe at the bottom, it's like, buy this NFT so then you can vote on like what the next product is going to be or something like that, you know? And it feels, and I guess I'm just spitballing here, so I don't know if what I just said actually translates to an actual final product, but like that whole cycle there feels like we're talking about a lot of the same thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a flow. There's like a NFT crypto native mischief type.
Yeah,
we're gonna do with you, and it's gonna be cyclical, and yet you'll be you're gonna get something, but the main thing that you're buying here is like the choice. Like you're gonna become a co-creator almost.
That's like the Ethereum film. Do you remember that? Like they did a mirror crowdfund, and it's like you didn't actually have creative direction, but you got a producer credit on the film if you bought the NFT. And I think that people who were like, based on the tier that you came in at, I think I rolled like 1 ETH into that thing. It's like, whatever.
So you're a producer, dude. You're a film producer.
I'm on the credits, but like, I
Let's
think
go.
if you were like a high roller, you actually got like private screening and you got to like maybe meet with the production team and shit like that.
That's cool. I like that.
Sort of similar things. So I think like the takeaway there is maybe in the like, as opposed to saying we don't know necessarily what we're going to create, but we're going to like buy in and we'll create something together. I think like having a seed of a vision that you kind of like
For sure.
want to see, and then people getting excited about that, and then it's snowballing into a real thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the one idea I had in the past, which was kind of the seed, was it's going to be like a 12 object collection at the end. And I was imagining like selling lots of these NFTs, and then you'd have a huge budget, and then people could claim one of the items along the way. And that the way that the claims worked would like essentially mean they get one item out of the 12 for free, but every other item would also be like buyable if they wanted to. So there's a bit of a game theory there as well, where like there's some scarcity to it, where it's like, okay, if I've seen 100 people who claim the first one, so and the HIGHER.ZIP team have said that they're gonna also like bankroll 100 every time or something, or they're gonna produce 100 just to sell every time. So I know that the first item in this 12 item collection is going to have the total number of 200. Okay. Do I want this one? Do I not want this one? Should I wait until the 10th one and then use my token? Or is everybody going to think that? And then I'll end up, I actually like the product that's number one. So like, there's a little bit of fun in that for them there as well.
And does claiming remove your voting? Like once you claim, can you still vote on the products after that, right? Like does claiming take up your spot in like your say in what the next products be, you think, or what?
Right. I wouldn't think so. I think you'd still get to vote, but
Okay.
I think like you'd get like, it would be like an NFT swap or something. It's like, all right, I'm claiming, so now my voting or my claim NFT is going into a contract, and I'm
Right.
getting out of the contract that, oh, I own this object
Right.
NFT.
Like almost like a burn. Oh, the Unisocks, I guess that was kind of like that system, right? Like you traded in, or what was that? What was the thing again?
That was like
Yeah.
a fungible token, but similar kind of claim mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you redeemed a certain quantity of the fungible token to get the socks. I think you needed one whole unit of it.
Oh shit.
Wonder how it's doing.
Yeah, that's
I do
cool.
wonder if
I like that.
with a fungible token. I've not really thought about it properly like that. I think the nice thing about the nice thing about being like, all right, we have 1,000 of these NFTs, and they're going to be 0.05 ETH each, and you're guaranteed one free thing, is that you end up with like some amount of money right at the beginning, and now the whole job is like kind of community management plus budgeting.
Right.
And yeah.
I like that. I like that idea, honestly.
It's a bigger project than like picking one thing and then doing it one by one. But I think maybe when I look at I look at normies. Do you remember the normies came out the other week? And I'm like, oh shit, that was high effort. People could see that was high effort, and it like minted out real quick. And then I look at Ethereans, and although it's cool, I can see that the mind work that went into it, a lot of it was done by normies. So there's not the same possibility, I guess, to charge as much on the Ethereans. I don't know. I think there's some utility, both in terms of like gathering attention, plus in terms of giving ourselves time to kind of craft a narrative around coming up with something kind of behind the scenes, know what it is, and then to roll it out. Even though like a lot of the workload's done up front, it's kind of similar to what we kind of did with the perma pool and HIGHER.ZIP in the first place.
it's slower in terms of money coming in. That's the thing. And there's no guarantee that it works out.
What's
But
kind of
that's the same all our items as well, I guess.
I think what's kind of interesting to me about that concept too is that it creates kind of like, or it seems to me that it creates almost like an underlying like marketing structure as well, because the people who have built or have helped build the thing that we're selling all of a sudden have like skin in the game. So like whoever's in that kind of like cohort could be like also marketing the product as each product as they come out, right? Which I think I think as we've kind of proved is like almost half the struggle when you're selling a product, right? It's like not only a struggle to make the thing, but then like marketing is like a whole other beast that you also have to do.
So why would I help? Yeah, why would I help?
I don't know why you would help in this, in the model up until this point. The only reason you would help is that you would feel like, oh, I chose the product, so like I want it to do well. You could sweeten the deal if you were like, oh, actually, there's also like a percentage of profits that we're going to like drive into some sort of asset, or like either we're like.
I would say the only reason would be like the pride and maybe helping build a thing is the only thing, without I guess I hesitate to talk about dipping into the profits for that, but not against it either. You know what I mean? But that I kind of hesitate to like go that realm in terms of profit sharing, but
I think really something to unlock if we're going to approach, alternative structures for selling product is number one. This is my opinion and mine alone. Number one is fun. I think above, obviously it'd be nice if, we could convince people to be proud with us, but I think that's a very tall ask. But we can give people a fun time somehow. I don't fucking know how, but we can give people a fun time that makes them engage. I think that's probably more realistic. I just fear like building out a whole structural, minting system, and at the end of the day, we still haven't solved how to get someone to give a fuck about what you're actually doing beyond, oh, interesting. Because we need them to give us their money.
Yeah.
Right.
On that note about fun, and I do have to jump, but I just want to throw it out there. Like, I think we should start inviting more people on the stream.
I think that's a great idea.
Because these are fun.
Yeah.
Like, even if like nothing else happens, I'm still having a great time each week, like coming on here and just like, I don't know. You guys are great.
That's a great fucking point, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, that's what I would assume all four of us are like, we show up every week because this is a fun fucking time.
Yeah.
If we didn't have weekly calls, I don't know if this would be even close to as fun, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely not. It would just be obligations that were not.
Exactly.
It's true.
Okay, who do we have on?
Let's get a guest list going, dude.
I gotta jump, but leave you guys to
All
it.
right,
Good
dude.
stuff.
Oh,
Have a good day. Peace.
Well, that's one way we could make it fun, actually. If there's like here's an idea. In terms of like you build out this whole minting system, the way that I imagine it being fun is like, oh shit, I'm in a Discord. I know on the 11th of the month, 3 blanks are gonna get dropped in the thing. And 3 crazy objects gonna get dropped in the thing. And one of them is gonna be actually sold, and I have the potential I could like claim one of these for free. I'm already in it. I've thrown my money at this thing. I'm gonna get one of these things for free. And like it's like a higher desk cone that you can like, the cones you spray painted. You can have one of them on your desk as a paperweight, something like that. Like that's fun. But you got to choose. It could be that, or it could be like I know you had like the higher 8 ball, or the higher like the magic 8 ball, but it's higher. That you got to choose. Are you going to choose that or the other? I think there's something fun in that.
Mhm.
But
Agreed.
yeah, maybe like inviting people into the call could be part of it. I mean, but just in general, I think if we invite people into the call, the wackier the better.
Yeah.
Agreed. Just real quick before we talk about inviting other people to the call, what you're talking about there, I love, by the way. But I think it is worth discussing the fact that it does still all hinge on the fact that the product is good.
Yeah.
You know, and in my opinion, if the product is good, people will buy it anyways. If people aren't buying it, they either, you could say they just don't know about it. But in reality, the product's it's not amazing. It's the calendar to us is amazing. The calendar to Bry Deadhead, immediately he's like, I don't need a desk calendar. Like I just don't care.
Right.
You know,
So
and-
so that's where there's some advantage in like, all right, if there's like,
Right.
so in this scenario, there's some consensus on the higher creative director hat, right? So imagine there's like, all right, everybody wants one of those things. And you can actually sell them not for $30 a pop, but for like $250 a pop. And we end up front loading ourselves with money to create some badass products. And then we get to involve people who have decided to wear that in the process of choosing a product that they themselves want. So then you would also get the consensus around, all right, you've got a choice between a lamp, a magic 8-ball, and a paperweight. Which one of these things do you actually want to get made? And then you actually have people voting in alignment with their own preference because they have the opportunity to claim.
Mhm.
They're like, okay, I can actually claim this shit. I'm gonna do it, and I want that one, so I'm gonna vote that way. That would be kind of how I would rationalize the solving the problem of like what product people actually want to buy. Let's
Yep.
involve them in the choice of what product we make.
Genius. It's really
Yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
Though it does still it puts the weight on, and this is okay, but it puts the weight on this as opposed to all the other stuff, right? You have to make this sexy to enough people in order for the rest of that system to play out, right? So I have to convince, this is me being hypothetical, I have to convince enough people that this hat is so fucking sick that they pay $250 for it in order to kick off the rest of the structure, right?
No, I think because you have to sell the whole journey in the beginning. So like you have to say, all right, you're gonna get the hat.
Okay.
I mean, you like kind of Brian's like flashing the images. If we like mock up, and this is why it's a load of work for us up front, which is basically we come up with like 72 product ideas that we're like, okay, these are sick, and then we flash them at people within 30 seconds, and at the end it's like. And then we spend 30 seconds on the director hat and explain what's happening. It's like you get, and people are pausing that shit. They're like, oh, what the fuck is in that like first 30 seconds of like things flashing at me?
I love that. I thank you for explaining it that way. That is that's fun.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Brian? I feel
Yeah. No, I think it's brilliant, honestly. I think it's brilliant. No notes really on it. I think the things that I guess I hold dear, which maybe it's not so dear, are like the creative control of the product, right? Like as long as like that piece is like either pacified and or not given up or something like that. But I obviously understand that there's like the aspect of like making a product good for the people that who you're making it for. So I do think that obviously there's like some give and take on that aspect, but like I think
You're
that's
not, we're not
that's the
like,
only aspect.
I don't actually imagine it as giving agency
Right.
over the creation of the product to people.
Okay, cool.
Because I think of it more, it can be exactly Brian's vision is one of the products. But the agency they have is they get to choose what's produced, and in what's produced, what they might have a chance of like claiming for themselves.
Right. That's which is dope.
So
yeah.
that's kind of more where I'd be imagining things. It's not like we'd be asking them, should it be yellow or green?
Right.
We decide whether it's yellow or green. It's just like if we decided and we want it to be yellow and like it gets 10 votes and like there's another product on the line that gets 80 votes, then you know we'll have to make the 80 votes one because it just shows that people want that.
Yeah.
But actually it also doesn't close the door to us making products that we spend time on in the interim either. Because say we're given 3 products this month, there's like 3 products, these are the ones you're going to vote for. These are the specs. We literally treat them like they're part of the team almost. You just show them the whole spec of like, here's the product, here's what it costs us to make, here's like the dimensions and everything you'd give like a creative director.
Right.
Like here's what the product would be. And there's like 50 votes for one, 40 votes for another, and 10 votes for the other. Say there's 100 people in it or whatever. Then you would make the one that's 50 votes because that's the one that won. But you also have a signal for like a year down the line.
Exactly.
That people would want the one that got 40 votes. So you're collecting data on the kind of products people kind of maybe want as well, or what people think is cool. Whereas like maybe it hurts a little bit. You spend 4-6 hours like brainstorming on a product,
Right.
or like vision questing into a product that then gets 10 votes. You're like, that's a bit shit. But
That's fascinating.
you know now that if you were even to put money into making it, people probably wouldn't want to buy it.
It feels like a subliminal way to get market research, essentially, too. Yeah, that's really cool. So it's like, how do we solidify that process? I think, right? Would be
That's what I'm wondering.
Which part of the process?
all of it. Like, how do we solidify this into this whole thing into into like a thing that actually is real? I guess is my next question.
I think my mind would be like, okay, we'd basically spend time on 72 or however many products, and worst case scenario, we don't sell out the agency NFTs, and we have 72 products in the back where we're like, okay, we know that these things we could potentially make, and we find some other way to use those kind of product plans, or we just have, that would be kind of where I begin. It's like some sort of product plan thing that then we could put into a format that was shareable, both in terms of like a teaser video, but also in terms of like if there's a Discord and we're dropping 3 Google Docs in there, each one of those Google Docs is kind of formatted the same and looks like, okay, I can compare these side by side. It feels like a professional document almost. That's kind of where I'd begin.
Yeah.
I mean, I started on this with ChatGPT a while back, but like my knowledge of producing shit is not there. So, and also I'm like, my mind was like, I could get $1 million and then I could go to suppliers in China and get them to make me crazy shit. Which is maybe less likely than, there's some way in which we have to kind of wonder about, okay, what actually might be possible.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely cool. I think that's a cool way to think about it. I guess as you were talking, the thing that immediately went to my mind is what, like, I guess clothing manufacturers do the closest, which is like seasonal collections, right? Like if you split it into like literally summer, spring, fall, winter, and like each one of those is a collection, there you have 4 a year, and there it is, right? Or there are the 4 Google Docs, hypothetically. Could be interesting. And like an NFT per season or something, right? Like whatever that looks like.
Yeah. I think the nice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead because I might derail.
Well, I was going to say the nice thing is that the calendars were really well made, and like people, I'm assuming, are going to really enjoy them. So we've already been dipping our toe in the pool of like, okay, these guys make products that like actually is pretty fucking cool. So it's not like we're just throwing money
Right.
at like it's not like we're throwing money at like 72 AI generated things that
Right.
these guys will never actually be able to make.
Right.
It's like these guys have had there's some history that they make physical product that I want to own. So let's I'm willing to throw 90, 100, 150, $250 at this, knowing that
I'm gonna get something.
Something.
Yeah.
Which I mean, that is though what I am ruminating on is the idea that can we
do it?
Can we make 72 different cool fucking products?
Yeah.
You know, like I know we can, but
12 feels good. 12 times 4 is what?
well, you know, how long did it take us to make one
48.
to figure out like kind of how that would go down? And I love this idea. And this is what I was going to say is that I think this can work. I think this can work. The same thing with the calendar. I feel like the thing we need the most is not the wherewithal to make it happen, but I think it's attention. I think we need to make a couple waves in attracting meaningful attention before I feel comfortable diving into a 72 product endeavor, you know, because I want all this is backed by the idea that I love this idea and I want to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think 72 is a lot, honestly, and I do agree with that, but I do think that there's like a way maybe to break it down. I mean, I like your mentioning of 12 before for some reason. I just like the sound of a dozen. Like we make a dozen products every season, right? So if we divide it by season and 12, right, then that means that like I guess the next one based on the date would technically be summer, maybe the 12 summer products, right? And then obviously if that proves successful, then we do 12 fall products, right? And so on and so forth until there's 48 in a year. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I guess when I think 72 products, I'm not actually thinking we make 72 products.
Right.
72 options essentially, and
Like
people vote.
Ideas.
Yeah.
You do have to know how to make it in order to suggest it as an option.
That's true.
That's where my head goes. And hey, listen, I'm at a point in my life where I want to figure out how to make fucking everything.
Yeah.
Like that is so exciting to me. Like this has me gassed up. But and I also don't want to, you know, get us into some hot water because like I don't know how to make, like I even looked into it, John, the custom Magic 8-ball. You know, like I don't know I don't know who to call.
I found a Chinese manufacturer who would do it.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool.
Like some markdown text website, like very basic JavaScript website that was like, call this Chinese guy.
That's how you know it's legit, by the way.
Legit, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Those are just my.
No, I think that makes sense, and that's why I think I initially recommended it to Genuine Jack because I was like, okay, you know how to make t-shirts. It's kind of just going to be like you choose between like 3 different t-shirt designs, and that makes more sense than. But it's not as fun as doing crazy shit. But it could be a start. as like if there's something we know how to make, then instead of doing like 12 products, you do like 4, and there's 3 options of each. So we come up with 12 ideas, and we tell people, all right, there's going to be 4. You're guaranteed this hat right at the beginning, and you're also guaranteed at least one of these t-shirts to claim for free. And the only thing you have to pay on that is shipping.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, am I wrong in saying my gut thing is like I feel like we need to release more products before we approach a thing like this?
I'm kind of there too. I think,
Okay.
you know, maybe like 2 other things that
I
are.
think so too. Yeah, that's what I was feeling like 3. Like because then if someone who like maybe doesn't know about us at all can be like, they're promising these many products. Like, have they made any products before? And then they could look at like, oh yeah, they make and sell these 3 products.
Yes, agreed. And it also allows us, and this is just the drum I'm gonna beat probably till the end of time. It allows us to gain more reach before approaching this as well. Like and this is why, like, I don't think this idea works for Genuine Jack, because nobody gives a shit about t-shirts. You know, like, yeah, yes. Well, actually, no, it's not true. He doesn't sell t-shirts. They don't sell. Like, nobody gives a fuck. So, like, we have to do cool, crazy shit like you're talking about. We have to do some crazy shit a few times before, you know, and that's what I mentioned in the Telegram the other day. Like, the next product that we release, for many reasons, also because it's exciting, and like if I'm not excited about it, then why the fuck should anybody else be, right? You know that.
Yep.
The next product has to be sexy. Like, it has to be like, oh fuck, that is so sick. And whether or not that converts into a lot of sales, whatever. But if we can create something that makes people say that, whether or not they even buy it, and it's a product that's produced in a very simple manner where we can reduce the overhead, we win. And then you do that 2 or 3 times. It's like, okay, you know, you want Blank Space is the king of this shit. He's always yelling at me, bro. He's like, you need distribution. You need distribution. You need distribute. You don't have distribution. And it's such a shitty thing to say. And me telling you this about him maybe makes him sound fucking lame, but he's so cool and he's so right.
What I like about Mischief is that they created moments with each product, or a lot of their products create a moment, and it was like part of their artistry was how their social media presence evolved, and like what their like when they were giving away, well, it looked like you could buy a stack of money from them, and it was like some mystery money shit, and it was like. Exactly. So people were buying it because they were like, "Oh shit, that could be a fucking full stack of bills. I could make money. They might be selling money for less than the money's actually worth."
Yeah.
And then when it arrived, you were like, "Oh shit, the image wasn't doctored. It was like actually like some block that looks blurred." And I think that's the kind of, I would love to find something in that sort of space.
Yeah, totally.
I think
that aligns with Higher as not even HIGHER.ZIP, Higher as the brand as well. I think like that ethos of it, you know.
Yes. Experimental, fun. That's fucking fun. Like, that's a fun. That product is not useful.
Right.
But it's fun and also beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. Like, that shit's cracked.
I mean, I bought that product from Mischief like off the shelf, so I already knew it was blurred, and it's just literally a block. and it's printed with like what looks like pulled out of like a PS2 game level graphics, and it's like a stack of Mexican dollars, Mexican pesos. They have the US version, they have the Japanese yen, they have them in all the currencies.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally does nothing. It does nothing.
But listen, at the same time, everybody's trying to crack the mischief code. You know what I mean? Like, we're not the first motherfuckers to be like,
We got to do what they do.
do it
Yeah,
like
sure.
mischief.
But
You know what I mean?
what we are is we're positioned in a very strange place where like,
True.
and
True.
it's our strangeness that might allow us to find something that's very, you know, the first one's gonna feel like, I think the first one will feel like, oh yeah, why has no one done this in crypto yet? Like, why hasn't anyone done this? Like, it's like we've taken an idea and just turned it the other way around or something. And it's just like, oh, well, obviously do it this way, so why wouldn't you do it that way? That's why I feel like it's going to be.
And a small aside, and I don't want this to sound greedy or overly selfish, but I do think we can spend less time for the near future thinking about including the community.
Okay.
Because I think it's hard enough to, like, if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's hard enough to, you know, create product or create anything, and then you throw in how do we incorporate the minds of this folk, that folk, this group?
Here's an idea that keeps on popping into my mind, because we definitely should just pop the bubble of like the higher network at the moment and try and expand it. Like, that seems clear. Like, all the motherfuckers that are still riding with it, they're real OGs. Like, there's no doubt about it. But like, let's expand it. An idea in my mind keeps on popping into my head is like, we should just sell the whole higher, like a million higher coins as NFTs on mainnet, and like for $1 each or something. I don't know, like something stupid like that. Like I don't know.
I like something stupid. I like they make me think like I want to print, like, let's print the fucking green paper that Light wrote and put it up on the website for like $10 million, because nobody fucking owns it. Light would think it's funny for whatever that's worth, but like, why not?
Yeah.
Fucking buy this shit. There's only one. Anybody could print it and sell it themselves. Whatever, you know what I mean? Just like you're talking about, wild, exciting, stupid. Who cares?
That
We
would
could
be-
do it
that
so
would be
that
hilarious.
anyone can sign it on chain. So we could make it so like we put it on chain. Anybody can sign it. Anyone who holds high can sign it. But then it's also an NFT that can be moved. So people can sign the NFT. Anyone can sign the NFT, but the NFT can be only owned by one wallet at a time.
Sure.
Interesting.
Fuck it.
Is that possible, do you think, Brian? To have an NFT that's signed, like a contract that owns the NFT, an NFT that's a contract that can be signed or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's on-chain signing's a thing for sure. People can do that permissionlessly.
Yeah, I think the closest comp that I can think of is whatever that game Yoink did, where it's like whoever has the flag, you can like, you're yoinking the flag from people essentially, and the game there is like, how long have you held on to the flag? I'm sure that whatever mechanic that they're using is probably what we would use for that.
Right, that is one way to do it. The way I was actually thinking about it was like using the on-chain permanence of a signature and having some sort of record that anyone can add their signature to, and that record of signatures is the thing that can be bought.
Ah, look at that.
Mm,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think pretty similar to like what Cam did with the receipt, and I guess what I did with the tool thing is like the renderer would be a separate contract essentially, and then that main contract, which is what holds, it would have like an admin only can add signatures, and then that's the part that we would control, the adding of the signatures to the main contract, I suppose, or main NFT. And the renderer would just like populate that list as more signers get added. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
That's just an idea. I think the lowest overhead version is just to print it off once and just put it on the website and be like, it's here, it's viable, and it comes with a frame. But like if you wanted to do crypto version, like the idea that the whole high community could sign the manifesto, but then only one person could buy it, and it was a sellable NFT. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
it's also interesting if you could, and it's maybe less fun, but if you could sign it and then mint, everybody could mint after they've signed it. So then there's like an NFT collection of this manifesto being signed over and over and over. I'm picturing it like you're actually seeing their signature. Is that what you're talking about?
That would be sick if
Yeah.
people can put their actual signatures on it.
Like you upload your signature and then you mint, then the next guy does it and stacks, and then it's another idea.
I guess collecting the signature thing is like, it's an interesting dynamic, right? Because when you collect it, you're collecting it at the point of the signatures it has in that moment, right?
Right. And then yours is on
The
on
bottom
top,
or the bottom.
wherever maybe you can put it somewhere on the page or something. That would be interesting.
An open canvas to sign it however you want. It becomes an advertising, I guess, at that point then, right? If it just passes on over, like on and on and on.
If you want to sign it, go ahead.
I think the one thing with that is like, if to go back to the start of this conversation, is that who gives a fuck about the higher manifesto? Like 20 people.
Right. Totally.
So
That's why-
I think maybe it'd be fun. I'd like to nudge us towards crazier shit.
Well, and that's why I like the idea of simplifying and just printing the manifesto. It's a product that always exists on our site, and it's 10 mil.
We can do, yeah.
You can cop. It's just it's there. If you want to buy it, no one's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Just like a little artifact.
I do like
Yeah.
the idea of signing the like the signatures on a manifesto to the point where the manifesto is illegible. Right? Like if you let people sign anywhere and then eventually so many signatures are piled on top of each other that it's just like a page with signatures.
That's like what Ripe did with the. Oh fuck! I forget what it was.
Yeah,
called.
the Mona Lisa. Yeah.
But he did it with buys were green, red were a red square, and then it's black now.
Oh, that's cool.
Obviously that was ERC20, but I love that idea, Brian, is what I'm saying. And I think, okay, let's step back a second, right? Yes, we need to make money, but there is an avenue that I think may be beneficial to us over time, instead of like, this is the opposite of like us right curving shit. Because we're all smart individuals and we care so fucking much about everything we do. And I'll speak for myself. I'm a snob about everything that I do. There's a world where we just experiment with little tiny things, and we do, as opposed to doing one big like year project, we work up to that with like 30 little small things that maybe maybe one person interacts with each one, you know? Oh,
I
we
think
get
it's
3 of them.
Yeah.
And it's just surface area, right? You know,
Right.
like my favorite saying is luck needs surface area. Just increasing whatever surface area we have, because really all we have, and it's big to us, and I'm so proud. Like we have a website, we have the permapool, we have a calendar, you know, we have a stream. But to other people, it's like, well, but if we have all of those things, and then we have a this, and we had a that, and we did a this, and you like this is a lesson I think I've taken from Ripe. Like Ripe just does. He did. He's a legend. But like I don't look at like one of his things and I'm like, that's the most amazing thing ever. But everything he does, I'm like, damn, that's pretty fucking cool.
Right.
Cool. Like and so I always fuck with Ripe. There is that sort of perspective too, which may be
I
fruitful.
think that's a good perspective because it greases the gears of like ideas and us actually doing shit as well. So
Right.
what should be the first thing we do?
I think an
From now, because
on-chain.
we've done things. We've done things. What is the first thing we do from now?
What we do next.
Yeah.
I like that. I think just so the simplest on-chain mint we can think of. Dumb, simple on-chain mint. I don't know if it's just a fucking you mint an arrow. Like who cares?
And
Hey,
you have to buy it with higher. It's
Yeah.
priced in higher, which
Sure.
makes people, if we do it on mainnet, makes people bridge it.
Fuck it, why not? And if nobody wants to bridge, nobody mints.
Then you don't get it. Then you don't get it.
Nobody has it, and then it's done. And if a lot of people mint, great. If nobody mints, all right, next project.
You know what we should do that's like feels similar to the Ethereans and also the coin thing I was talking about is we do like some number of coins and on one side it's the higher arrow and then the other side you can put the head of HB or any uploaded image. I imagine people will do HBs and it's like we have some prompting thing that turns it into I don't know a head on a coin.
Totally.
Yeah, like the George Washington or whatever, like side view or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking absolutely. And that would fall into what I consider as like approachable physical product too.
Yeah.
Because then we could cast those. They could be cast, you know. And if you wanted to buy your coin, you know, yeah, it's $100.
Yeah.
But like,
and you have to burn the NFT or some shit. Like, you know, some
Sure.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's $100, but if you pay us $100, we'll cast it and send it to your door. Well, I like that it, and you guys tell me to shut up at any point, but like I love this kind of freeing aspect of the project. Understanding that we don't make any money right now, you know, like we make some money, yes, but like this is not this is not our occupation. This is not we're not putting food on the table. So maybe just like allowing that to be fine.
To set us
And,
free.
You know, like I feel like a little weight off my chest when I think about it that way. And it seems more fun. But that's not me saying that we need to push away any sort of fucking.
No, there's it. You're right though. Like, there's no pressure to make money. It's just like, it's
more
it
of
is.
it's inspiration rather than a pressure. Yeah.
And what's it been? How many live streams do we have? 20?
Published? It's got to be like 20-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've done this for 20 weeks and we've been fine. I've only recently started getting stressed out about it because of the monetary conversation, which is largely from me, self-imposed.
And also because there's been overheads that you've basically been picking up. So that is, it makes a lot of sense. Like what have I done? I put $1,000 in the perma pool, and I was like, I'm like, that's gone to me as soon as I did that. So I've not really been feeling this thing.
That's
But
a lot of fucking money.
It's a lot of money.
yeah, because it was like, it's my idea. I better fucking put some money.
Oh shit! But no, it's real. It's real, and yeah, I think we're like kind of removing that because also like I don't want to get too fucking heady on it, but like you hear all the stories, right? It's like, oh, we were just doing this, we did this a lot, and it worked out. Like you talking about the shape store. You're like, yeah, I found their page and they just been posting AI shit for like 3 years.
Right.
You know, like they weren't like getting a big old committee of like giga brains to like think about what the best AI video would be that was gonna go viral. You know, it's just them doing shit that they thought was fucking cool for a long time and then it went viral. Maybe they didn't even barely profit off it. I don't know.
I think the main thing is to not promise people things, I guess, because people get fatigued. I've got a high output and people lose money or they feel like they're putting money in something and they're not really, like if you take a lot of money off someone up front and then you release something again next week, then it's like, this guy.
It's scary, bro. It's scary. Yeah, the Trump Melania.
There's a name for that move.
Yeah. That's canon, bro. That's canon. No, thank you for saying that because I hadn't maybe sat with that, but that's what scares me. That's what makes me hesitate so much about the bigger projects. It's not the fact that the project is big. It's more so, especially within crypto, this idea that like seed funding. Like I don't want to do a seed round. You know what I mean? Like that is scary because I just know that everything I've done has gone in a way that I didn't expect it to, and making promises is daunting.
You know? No, yeah, that makes sense. That's why, like I said, it would be a lot of work up front, basically. We'd have to have it basically ironed out and know what's happening and then just kind of have a wiggle room within that we can invite people into kind of shaping.
Yeah. And nothing that I have said so far is against that. I love that idea. And I think everything that I've said should be working up towards that because that is fucking cool.
Yeah.
And that sounds
we probably shouldn't do it until we have the distribution where we could raise like 3 million and we know we've got like 1.5 million buffer.
Yeah.
Where it's like we think it's going to cost us 1.5. We put away however much for each one of us to take away right at the beginning to like serve us for a year. And then we've got extra buffer that like we'll keep if we need to, but also maybe it's just like shipping costs that we didn't think of or whatever.
Right.
I think we can get there, bro. I think we can. Yeah. No, you're right. Like we could pull a cool 3 mil. I just keep thinking about Ripe. Like Ripe just cool shit. You know, he makes money off of the stuff he does. But like if he came out tomorrow and was like, I'm about to embark on a 2-year project and I am offering you this thing to be a part of it, I would fucking buy it. I would.
Yeah.
Not because I think that it would return. Every time I've bought something from Ripe, there's no return. It's just a purchase. But I always buy it from Ripe.
Yeah.
You know, like there's lessons. He's just like giving a masterclass, in my opinion, and it's all digital, of course. But like, I don't know.
It's still money spent at the end of the day. Yeah.
Still money spent, and like I keep buying his shit.
Right. That's brand affinity is what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what it is,
Exactly.
right? It's like we have to create that for Higher Zip. It's like we got to get to the point where it's I guess it's that 100 true fan thing, right? It's like we got to get to the
Yes.
point where like whatever we put out, there's at least 100 people buying it. And then the
Hmm.
marketing gets us to the 1,000 or the two, whatever the fuck is.
Exactly. And that's a great point, bro. Like, because when I talk about distribution, it's not like 100,000 followers on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's 100 people buying your thing. You know, like if we had 50 people buying our thing, we'd be sold out of calendars, and we'd be on to the next shit right now. But like now we're still marketing.
Yeah.
I know I don't love marketing, but here we are. But if we could get to that 50-person mark, make shit a lot easier. But I only think we can get there by doing fun things that we actually give a shit about.
Yeah.
Well, let's find something. I wanna find something that feels like, okay, I can see how we can do this, and let's do it. Because we're at that point now. Because it's
I was
either
just
we
gonna say.
spend another few weeks talking about how the website should look, and maybe that doesn't. I mean, it might look cool, but then we can love it, and that might be enough. But
Yeah. Well, I think both of the things have to kind of go in parallel because we're talking about guests, right? We're talking about
Agreed.
having guests on here. And I think for that also to be, to increase that surface area, for example, like the chat thing has to be pretty good.
I think that's high priority in my opinion.
But I don't
I
see why
think
we couldn't think of the next dope product at that same time. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I think both,
in tandem.
yeah.
Agreed.
Sorry to
I
cut you
think
off, my bad.
no, I cut you off. I cut both of yous off. God damn it.
Politeness fight.
But the only thing I'll say there is I think we should think digital for a time.
yeah,
Now is the time to do that. I think to mirror what John was saying. I think we're actually in a perfect position to, for example, start thinking about this next product. Right? We're already like a month and a half into like the time span in which the calendar covers. Right? So like February's gone. Right? That's the first month on our calendar, and we're 3 days away from halfway in the middle of March. So like.
Yeah. Good point.
So I think we're in the perfect place to start being like, okay, let's capture this thing that we did already. And I think the progress bar and all that has a role to play in this. I think it's also the perfect moment for that as well, to be honest, in the life cycle of the calendar, to then pick up to like whatever this next thing that we do is going to be, right? And this next thing that we're going to do, I feel like also sits on the shoulders, or the having guests weekly on a thing sits on the shoulders of this product as well. Like they are kind of like a thing where it's like, okay, now we have a guest on there and we can even talk to the guest about the calendar, right? And not only that, we can talk to them about like the next thing that's about to come out. It's almost like we're teasing the audience subliminally. We're really like the highlight is the guest, right? But like there's no way that we're going to talk to a guest and not bring up what we're doing also.
Right. Well, and it also like, okay, I love that. Okay, so the stream is a product.
Yeah.
Even if we don't make any money off of it, right? That's what that just made me think about. Like it's actually our strongest product. And like lately I haven't been posting about like, hey, we're going live, which that's stupid. Why not? Hey, we're going live. Hey, we're going live. Tune in. And I've actually been shocked. Like fucking Trevor's
that's
always
right.
like, yeah, watch and fucking Chatra, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
It's at midnight for him. And he's always like, yeah, I watched it, man. I loved it. I'm like, bro, this guy's staying up till midnight to watch this. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's been a few of those where they're like, yeah, that stream was good. I was like, you watched?
Yeah, true.
So like, and this is maybe for me is to treat the stream more like a product in that way that we're doing with the calendar. Like whether or not anybody fucking likes it, who cares? It's like, hey, we're doing this
Yeah.
today. You know, hey, we made a calendar.
Yeah.
Everybody, I love
You
you.
know what was cool you shared in the Telegram was that comment from someone where they were like, oh shit, how the fuck did I miss this? And I'm behind one right now. And that was like 4 days or however many days into us posting about it. Like 4 of us posted about it every day.
Every day, several times a day. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know, like maybe he wasn't on Farcaster or maybe the algorithm or whatever, but it doesn't matter because if we weren't posting, regardless of that scenario, they wouldn't have seen it. And
That was validating.
also, yeah, validating because
Right.
you feel like you feel annoying, but also like, and this is me learning right now in real time, like it's just being proud of what you've done. It's not, you're not annoying. If that's annoying, then, you know, I suppose I get it, but if anybody's created anything ever, fucking, yeah, Dan Romero launched Farcaster. All he talked about on the feed constantly was Farcaster. And I wasn't like, that's so annoying, bro. What?
And even if I was like, that's annoying, I wasn't like annoying. I was like, this particular post is annoying. Or like, it wasn't like that. This guy is. I'm never gonna watch this guy's things again, or I'm never gonna. I've not. Yeah, or maybe there are people out there like that, but then they're cutting their nose off to spite their face, kind of thing.
Yeah. See, man, Cameron's so right. See, he just like dropped that bomb and then dipped off the call. He's
Yeah.
like, this shit's so fun. Ding, see ya. That was awesome, dude.
For real.
But he is right. And it's true. Like, just invite people to fun things. If this is fun for us, hey, come and watch. Who would you want to bring on?
Should we bring Nick on?
Yeah.
Right?
Why not?
Why not?
Dude, Nick would be sick.
Yeah.
Who's Nick?
From
That's
Live Peer
fine.
or ex Live Peer.
UFO.
UFO. Nick from UFO.
That would be cool. The question therein lies, like, what does it turn into, you know, when we have a guest on, right? Because we just, like, what we talk about is it's like a selfish chat, right? It's not like, hey, what are you doing? It's not like a podcast. It's like, this is a weekly roundup, you know, it's a roundup.
I think there is merit to that, to be honest, and I do like that format. I kind of think that we're like publicizing our stand-up meetings, essentially, right? Like if you think about this, almost like a weekly stand-up for the company, quote unquote, that is HIGHER.ZIP. Like this is kind of like the all hands meeting that companies have, right? And I do think that there's value to that, and I love the format as well. I do think that like, look, like even today, this stream has gone on for 2 hours and 15 minutes, right? Which I think is like a long stream for most people. But I think that maybe then if we're introducing guests, maybe we could do like an hour of this conversation that we're literally just having. And then the last hour would be like of someone else. And then we keep it at the 2 hours. Or if we want to go more than 2 hours after that person's gone, we can continue the conversation as well, you know? Because we have had streams that are 3, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the question is, when we're talking to them, are we talking to them about like,
Right.
like what? I think the best way actually, rather than thinking too hard about it, is like, what's going on? Like how, like where we don't really know what we want to. Like me, don't say it out loud, but there's no need to say, all right, we want to talk about this, that, and the other all the time.
Yeah, no, I don't
I guess
think
maybe if they have something, they're like, oh, I want to talk about this, and you'd be like, all right, let's
Right.
talk about that. But other than that, just like, do you want to come hang on the live stream for an hour? We usually talk about some higher stuff, and I don't know, we'll just chat, we'll just hang.
So that's what happened. Was it last week, Brian, that Trevor hopped on?
Yeah.
Yeah, after you left last week, John, Trevor I don't know if you've met him.
It was the week before
AeroGardener.
last, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah. A week before last, he hopped on because he texted me. He was like, watching the stream, and he had a bunch of questions, and I was like, well, fuck, should we just throw him on? So he hopped in, but he knows Higher. He understands. He is at the skate jam. He helped throw the skate jam. He knows shit, but we had no agenda. We were just he was at the bar. We were just rambling, and I don't even know what came out of that, but it felt natural. It was like a little juxtaposition, throwing another energy into the room randomly, but at the same time, it wasn't like I don't want it to turn into like an interview, like you're talking about, John. It's like we
Right.
don't know what we're gonna talk about. If you want to talk about Higher with us, cool. If you want to talk about, snowboarding, fucking whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
No, the best conversation topics, or the good conversations, they're both free flowing, and they're not afraid of like a stuttering 180. Like if there really is something that someone wants to talk about, it's like, all right, we've just fucking used up 45 minutes to talk about beavers and how they make dams or whatever. You did say you want to talk about this, so let's just interrupt that for a second and be like, all right, let's talk about it.
Yes. And that, which is topical based on what I was talking to you about, John, with Duncan Trussell. That's like why he's one of my favorites, because that motherfucker will just go off on something random, dude. And it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Talking about beavers, you know what I mean? For like half an hour. And then
Duncan Trussell Family Hour. That shit is hilarious.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were connecting over that. That's awesome. Yeah, bro. It's like, but also you want to consider like what you're doing with your time, right? Like I'm definitely down to have folks on and bullshit with them.
Right. And I think this brings into focus the chat thing, the chat and the donations.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
and then you're at least, okay, you don't want to go into a chat expecting to get donations, but like if a donation means they can ask whoever it is a question, or like at least have that question appear on screen as being like, oh shit, Beaver 45 is asking you if you think this or that and the other.
Yeah. There's also an aspect about having a guest on that I really like, that I think, or I don't actually even know if musicians do this purposely, but I think they do it purposely. Ha, do. So there's an aspect of like when an artist has a song and then they feature another artist on the song, right? The thing that kind of happens when the song is out in the world is obviously like, oh, Kendrick Lamar's on this song. So then I end up listening to someone else's song that Kendrick Lamar maybe is just featured on. And then in that process, I'm discovering that other artist. And almost like when you stick two sticky things together, there's like a residue on like the other one of each other, on each other. And in that process of having guests on our thing, we're getting a piece of the guest's audience every time, essentially. They're kind of like sticking to us like, oh, XYZ is on this show called HIGHER.ZIP. I'd never heard of HIGHER.ZIP before. But then I go in there and I'm like, oh, turns out HIGHER.ZIP has 3 products. Turns out they do this weekly. Turns out they, you know what I mean? And it kind of like creates this potential for the groundwork, which I think is like about, which will help us in all the other things that we're kind of talking about too.
There's definitely that value there, for sure.
Massive. Yeah, I love the two sticky things analogy.
Yeah.
That was so good with the residue.
The
residue is such a good word there. I love that so much. It's true. And also like, I don't know. I feel like at the end of these calls, we always get so gassed up and like
I'm gassed right now, dude. I'm gassed.
Excited. I love it actually. It's like being at the bar, like, they're closing an hour. But you're still at the bar, you know what I mean? It's so fucking good. But and there's no matter what the fuck this turns into, or what the the stream actually is, or what we talk about, yada yada. But the idea that it's a contrast to, because like that's how podcasts work. You want to get a big name on your show, so then they bring their audience, yada. But to me, what a cool differentiator is, like podcaster, you go to their site, and they're like selling you a hoodie and a mug. If you come to the HIGHER.ZIP site and you can buy a calendar, like a wacky fucking paperweight, like a pack of neon green lighter sleeves. It just like it's like a real shop.
Yeah.
It's not, hey, it just says HIGHER.ZIP on it and it's a t-shirt. It's like, no, we're selling product, like real product.
I agree.
That is a cool differentiator.
I think that we can sell those basic products after we have a few of these like actual dope products. You know what I mean? It's like the concept of like we have to some things do, for better for worse, become like industry standards, I guess you could say, right? Like having the hat and the t-shirt has almost become, like you're saying, almost like the industry standard, right? Like, of course, if you have a podcast, you have to have the t-shirt, you have to have the hat, let's say, right? And the hoodie, right? Like, and then the hoodie has to be like maybe a crew neck and also a hoodie, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like the sweater, right? So there's like almost like the industry standard of having those aspects. And I think don't have anything against that necessarily, and maybe we do have to do that just for the factor of that is in an industry standard. But then, yeah, I agree to your point. Like we have to actually have like the product, right? Like the actual like thing that actually differentiates us, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I think so. I mean, people make those products because they sell, right? Like they wouldn't be offering them if no one was buying them. They sell and there's no lift, but I just keep coming back to the idea that like we don't make any money and that's cool. So we can spend our time, making things that we don't have a bottom line because this is not a business.
Yeah.
Which is also stupid to say at the same time, but allowing that freedom. And it makes me wonder, taking it back to what you were talking about, like coming on the stream, what sort of, and this is maybe a derailment, what sort of structure do we have, or are you envisioning for sort of like that TiVo, DVR, other content on the site? Because I feel like it's about to be time where we focus on whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Or if that is, or what that is, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have been looking at comps for things like that, and the more I look at comps for it and references, the more I think that is actually a thing that we should charge a subscription for, low key. Like a $3 to $5 a month, low key, to get access to that. Similar to like actual TiVo back in the day. Like that was like a thing that people paid additional money to have, right? So
on the viewer side or on the creator side?
The viewer.
Okay.
The viewer. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the viewer. I think there's I haven't really solidified the creator side of it yet, because I know I've thrown some ideas out on like airtime and the cost of airtime and all that stuff. Honestly, if you can get me the exact figure on what Live Peer is charging you, I would love to use that figure to kind of like think about that a little bit. But on the viewer side, I think that having access to the TiVo thing is pretty reasonable. Like people pay, $14, whatever the fuck, for streaming services now, right? I think that as an independent, I think that having access to these recorded shows, it will cost us money to do that. For example, like we're going to have to create a content delivery network, which I'm sure Amazon is going to charge us per like data transferred, whatever it is. It's probably like a tenth of a cent for like every megabyte transferred, blah, 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 you know? Um,
Okay.
so, I mean, the lo-fi version that we'll do without any of that is probably like linking to YouTube, right? And at that point, we're not charging people any money, right? We're just linking you to YouTube. YouTube is fitting that bill, right? Like for YouTube to serve us a video, that costs YouTube money, but they're offsetting that with the sales of ad space and ad revenue, right?
True.
And what do
True.
people do on YouTube to get rid of ads? They end up paying at YouTube, right? Like,
I do that.
and
Yeah.
that's kind of like what we should do for this TiVo thing, right? Not saying the first iteration of it has to do that at all. I'm just saying that like we should build it out under the context that that could potentially be a revenue gen, whether that subscription is like, because that subscription could also be like staking, right? Like we could do a token that you would have to stake it for 30 days, right? Et cetera, et cetera. You always have the option to remove them after the 30 days or whatever it is, right? Um, and we could go down that rabbit hole of like what the monetary output and return would be on that. But from a UI perspective, it's really just like a library of past shows. And I do like it, I do continue to think about it as the shows because I think that framework has been fitting properly under the other conversations we're having, which is like a band rehearsal space and like community gathering places and like all that. I feel like the framework has almost like worked better as we kind of developed the idea. It to me, it kind of feels like, and we don't have to call it shows either. You know what I'm just saying like the framework of
Sure.
it is the thing. Um, so I think that there's lots we can explore around there. I'll link you
Yeah.
guys in the Telegram of one actually really cool thing that actually Nick showed me, which is like essentially these guys doing a New York based network, and they do
Okay.
have kind of like a library of videos, and you access it similar to like a TiVo thing, right? They always have like live programming. What's cool about them as well is
UFO.
no. I think it's called, honestly, I forget what it's called. I think it's called New York or channelnewyork.com or something like that. Damn, I'm forgetting the reference. I'm gonna have to look for it and then I'll send it to you when I find it. But it's essentially similar to what we're doing, where it's like the 24 hours always on aspect. What's cool that they explored, which I was hoping that we would eventually explore, is like they seemingly mine public, what's that called? Public domain works, and then just air it on their network at different times, right? So they'll like find
Bizarre.
public domain movies, and then every Friday at 8 o'clock, it's like a movie or something like that, and that will stream, and then they'll have like, commercials from the 80s, and like every Tuesday from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., it's like just straight commercials from the 80s, right? So there's different aspects around that.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No worries. So there's aspects around that I think that we could explore when it comes to programming. But yeah, I think that the TiVo aspect makes it so that like, all right, let me back up. Thinking about the next iteration right now, which is like putting up some kind of infinitely looping animation that is always living on the site. When someone logs onto the site and that's the only thing that they could do, it's like almost becomes like the site becomes unappealing, right? And I think for us to fill in the gaps is going to be a lot of work to do. To fill the 24 hour a day, 7 days a week gap is going to obviously be like a long-term project for us. So I think that in the meantime, to have some sort of like actionable media related thing for people to do when they visit the site that is not just a like 3D animation, I think the TiVo feature of that could really fill that gap in really well. Which that would do is just create video content or a library of video content that people could just surf. So I think it'd be beneficial in kind of like many different ways. UI still kind of up in the air, like in terms of like design choices. But my mind really just goes to like satellite television when you hit the guide button and you see like, you know, everything just lined up there and you can kind of surf and see that. That's what I kind of imagine at first, which may not be the final product, but that's kind of where my head is going with that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which a lot of that leads you into like more of a curatorial sort of stream as opposed to like where we initially started, which was like trying to find streamers,
Yeah.
right?
I was thinking like video gallery kind of vibe, kind of video gallery and like a different packaging.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think, I mean, one of the things we could do is like all the YouTube, we could start taking things off YouTube and putting them into this thing.
Exactly.
So like the archive is like,
Exactly.
like you maybe can see it within the week, but then, you know, you have to pay a subscription if you're a week late, basically.
I almost feel like we don't even give them the week. Like you have to tune in live and that's when you can see it for free.
Can you make it so that the YouTube records it and then publishes it as a private video immediately so you can get, oh, that's perfect then,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And then we can just download it from YouTube and there it is already clipped. Like it's already like the clip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should do that,
Yeah.
especially if we're going to be having guests.
Yeah.
Will you unpack that a little bit for me? Sorry.
Basically, you instead of so at the moment every stream is on the YouTube channel after it's gone live.
I
We
see.
wouldn't have that anymore. We'd have it. We'd keep all the recordings in our own kind of like paywalled area.
Yeah.
I mean, and Cameron already has experience with Stripe because of the calendar now. And Stripe is a method in which we would collect this $9.99 or whatever. You know, I think right now like $3.99 sounds like appropriate. You know, again, as that evolves, we can raise the price or whatever, and we can grandfather people in who have always been signed in for $3.99 or whatever. You know, whatever we decide to do there. But like, I do kind of strongly feel that the TiVo feature should be like a thing that you pay for. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm down. That makes sense to me. I gotta run, guys, but
Yeah.
I'm excited.
All right, John.
Peace,
Good
man.
chat as always.
Yeah.
Be well.
Talk to you soon, man.
Have fun, man.
Peace. I almost want to get to work, dude.
I know. Should we get some better cameras?
Oh, dude, that was the other thing that was circling in my head as we were talking about this. The Friends with Benefits events key and doing that whole live stream with Trevor and the guy Soren from Titles.
So, okay, say more.
Well, that, you know, the idea that kind of is tacking on now is that we would just live stream it straightforward, right? And honestly, I hadn't even really thought about the idea of branding it any which way. It's just kind of like people are going to have a conversation here. And what mirrored that, or what is mirroring that thought now that I'm putting two and two together is what we're talking about, having guests on here, right? We're talking about like, it's an undirected convo. You know what I'm saying? And in that context, that's what I was thinking about this conversation would be with Soren and Trevor. And I'm not necessarily pairing them together because I think like their conversation in particular would be interesting. I'm more pairing them because they're kind of like two people within this like artist pipeline, right? Like Soren is making tools for artists and Trevor is an artist himself. Trevor doesn't even work with AI, dude. And Soren is making AI tools. So I'm not like, this is not like a thing where it's like, oh, these two need to talk. It's just like two people on maybe even opposite spectrums just shooting the shit, essentially, you know?
Yes.
So all of this is kind of like coming together at, organically, I feel like, in terms of like alignment with some of the things that we're kind of talking about in this meeting as well. Um,
Which is such an interesting approach, by the way. Uh, for me specifically, like I my favorite podcast is the frontman of a hardcore band and one of his homies that lives in LA, and like they have adjacent, views on things, adjacent interests, but like it's not structured. It's not structured.
yeah,
They just enter, and
Yeah.
then see where the conversation goes. Normally, like they're fucking stupid. They're smart, but they're stupid. Like I just love to hear the conversation.
yeah,
So to have that with two people that are, kind of adversely related, but obviously not in like the same field,
right.
and just see where that conversation goes. Is that kind of
Yeah, essentially. I mean, the other one that in the conversation with Soren it became pretty evident was the there's a nature of the conversation to add Jose Mejia. Do you know who this guy is?
I do not.
He was, I mean, I learned about him on the FWB thing as well, but he also is the CEO of this company called Scene Infrastructure, who right now is making this app called Mesh, which is kind of like Partyful, but like on chain.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
and they're really focused on like the IRL thing and like the meetups and like gathering people and like what kind of things can be birthed out of like data like that essentially. Um, and
Sick.
I think that he would be good as my initial idea was to have him be like a moderator of the conversation because he's like eloquently can speak about that and he's in the world of I guess crypto or web 3, but and in the arts, so I had that idea, but then also with the aspect of mesh and like the app, he's also like within the pipeline of artists of like monetization, right? Like he would fit into the role of like, how do you monetize your art essentially, or like ways in which you can monetize your art. Um, so, so yeah, that's kind of where the idea is sitting right now, actually, is like this like three-way kind of conversation. Um, so yeah, again, it's still developing. So I mean, I'm not too
Yeah.
sure like where it'll end up, but um,
What brought this up?
so I'm still part of FWB, and they just re-released these event keys, which are basically just like micro grants for you to
Mm,
create meetups. And then I was like thinking about like what meetups would be relevant for me, like what would I do? Which I think I sent them in the Telegram, which is like this was one of them, which started off as a really small idea, like it'd just be like a networking event essentially.
sure.
And then the photo walk was the other one, which I might even do still, but just like different context. Obviously, that one's like much more photography focused and related,
Yep.
and maybe not even on chain at all.
Mhm.
And then the artist talk. When I started following that idea, I was like, who would be down to do this, right? Like, who would be down to like just talk about shit, right?
Yep.
Um, and then that's where like Soren and Trevor kind of came to mind.
Yes.
So
Okay. Understanding.
that's kind of where this started or was birthed from, I guess.
That's
It was just an idea to get money at first, honestly. Like, how could I get
fair
some money
enough.
from FWB?
Yeah.
Now the idea has outgrown the budget, to be quite honest. Like, if I
Typical.
if I take it this route, there's no way that like FWB is gonna pay for me to make any type of money on this, right? Like, I'm probably gonna end up having to hire a camera guy, and that's it. That's all the money gone. The money's
Yeah.
gone. You know.
or keep it fucking lo-fi, dude.
Yeah,
Just get a goddamn tripod and put your phone on there.
yeah, could be. It could
I
be.
had depends on your vision, of course, but like,
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm honestly, I might just ask my brother to do it for free. He's a camera guy. So if he is available and
mm,
open, I'm gonna just be like, my dude, if you could just hit me up with this free favor, like it'd be dope. I'll pay for your tolls, you know, whatever it is. I'll pay for your tolls and I'll buy you guys a pizza. And honestly, not to mention also Soren offered money as well to add to the budget to throw this event. So he said that
what?
titles the company would be down to like do food or like charcuterie, like charcuterie
Wait,
board
wait.
type of shit.
Oh, so this is okay. I didn't understand
So
what you
the
meant.
the budget might be like $800 depending on what FWB gives. Soren said he was down to throw like 200 to 300 in.
What? That's cool as fuck.
So if FW gives 500, then that's an $800 budget.
Get your brother to show up with the camera.
Yeah.
That's a
Hopefully
lot of
two.
pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one. The thing is, I'm gonna have to be focusing on like the streaming if we're gonna stream it. So I can't
Mm,
man the cameras and also focus on the streaming, right? Because the streaming
yep.
is gonna be like on a desk somewhere, and I'm gonna have to like
Yep.
be at the camera.
Yep.
So like there's something there that I'm gonna need an extra person. Even if the person is like, I would say like I could even hire someone who like has no experience with camera equipment at all, and then I would man the camera, and then I would just have them to be like, as long as this light is green, we're streaming, and that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like do
Bro,
something
it's
like
too
that.
bad I'm not there. I would just do whatever for free.
Bro, if the budget was there, I would just buy your flight. I've already thought about this. If the budget was there, I would just buy your flight.
Oh, bro, you know I'd love to be there for that. That's fucking awesome. What's the planned date?
So Trevor right now said that he is in Seattle till the 24th. So definitely after that. And then Soren said that there's an April 14th date that is like pretty relevant to titles, but that's also like it's not about him. I mean, sorry, Soren, I love you if you're watching, you know. But also like it's kind of like wherever this idea kind of comes to fruition, the next step for me is to kind of like start this application process. I need to talk to Jose Mejia, and Trevor gave me a good kind of like avenue to do that with because I've messaged him before and he hasn't replied, which is like fair. He's a busy guy, you know. But I'm gonna try these new avenues that Trevor kind of suggested. See if I can get in touch with Jose directly. It would be dope to film at the Mesh office, at the Scene Infrastructure office. It's kind of like in Chinatown. It's a pretty dope office. And I also think it would be dope to like use the Mesh app to like have people check in and you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
RSVP and like all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep.
so really want to get Jose on board for that, to be honest. And then
That's a great
But
idea.
but as a safety, Soren also said that he'd be willing to let us use the titles office as well.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is in Williamsburg.
So you'd have a free location,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
That's huge.
yeah.
Fucking huge. Yeah, so how'd you get connected with Soren?
I've been talking to Soren for years now, or I don't know, years in crypto terms. I don't know about years, but like, probably
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably equivalent to like a year, you know?
Ages. Fucking ages, bro.
um,
I get it.
yeah, I've been talking to him a lot. He has a really cool thing that he's building, you know. I don't know if you've explored titles at all, but he's
No.
really seems to be touching upon the aspect that most artists criticize about crypto, which is like the attribution and the references and like all that.
With the AI basically using real artists to create
Yeah. So
the
he's
models.
yeah, he's basically in the realm of like helping artists create uh, specific models trained on their own artwork. So then those models could then be used by other people, and
Yeah.
then the artwork that those other people make can then are attributed to the original artist and that model. So then
Yeah.
you're able to see kind of like almost like in a
Exchange.
recipe formula of like, okay, this artwork has like this attribution from it. And then at first the platform was very NFT based, right? Like you buy this NFT and it kicks up royalties up the ladder in terms of like attribution and royalty and splits.
Mm-hmm.
But the new version of titles isn't much concerned with like purchasing things as NFTs at all. It's actually now more so like on a protocol level and the models. Like there's attribution tied to it, but you can just post an image a la Instagram. Like you could just
Mm.
post it, you know. It's not like being like there's no necessity for it to be collected or anything like that. Like sure, you can mint it as an NFT if you want to, but really it's just kind of like
Yeah.
uh, publishing
Which
it.
seems like the natural progression, right? There's
Yeah.
got to be a lesson in there, right? For whatever we do
Yeah.
down the road. Like,
Totally.
I don't know exactly what that lesson is, but I get it. It's cool as fuck. I browsed titles for a little bit. That's as far as I got, but I was like, this. It also made me think of the idea that it could kind of amplify an artist in a good way too. Not
Yeah.
only like recognition and like paying tribute, but like now maybe you're seeing this one artist's work quote all over the place.
Yeah.
Whereas you wouldn't know about this person's art at all, but now it's like spread because that's a idealistic view that I have about AI. That
Yeah.
probably titles is the only application that's really, I don't know, growing that sort of way of thinking, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cool because it's definitely one thing that I think that they're definitely doing though is like integrating AI into art making and not devaluing the art in the process.
Mhm.
Right? Where like
Well,
it's
they're adding value technically,
yeah,
right, to the art.
exactly. And also like the art process though is the aspect of it too, where it's like I think that AI can really easily be misconstrued in like automating away a lot of parts of the art process, the process of making art, you know?
Right.
And I do see titles as like a place that is kind of like integrating it really well. And then not to mention the other critique, which is like the attribution and like the where do these references come from, training it on my work and blah, 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 blah. They're like solving for that as well and creating kind of like a sustainable model around that, you know?
Right. Well, and also like the tertiary, like allowing artists to, I'll say come to terms. That's not the words I want to use, but like come to terms with what's happening, right? Like, because as an artist, you could say fuck AI all you want, but hey, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
You could say, I respect AI. Let's play. Let's figure it out.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
let's do something interesting. I respect that.
Yeah. I think
Well,
I think Soren's dad is an artist or was an artist. So Soren does carry a lot of respect for like art in general.
oh yeah.
So
If you're building this, for sure.
yeah, so it's dope. It's dope. And that's all that to answer your question of like how do I know Soren is because I saw this product early on and I was like, oh, that's really dope, dude. I love this product. And then I just been like, kind of like, I don't know, maybe hitting him up every 3 months on average about random shit. You know, I once asked him like how to train like language models because I wanted to do one. I was like, how the
Yeah.
fuck do you do that, dude? At the time, nothing existed to do that. You had to like clone a repo on like Happy Hugging Face or something like that. And like, it was like all this weird shit where I was like, oh shit, this is complicated shit.
Right. Right.
And since he was doing that, I was like, oh, dude, help me out here. How do you make it? You know, that was like one of the conversations. So it was like I've just been hitting him up throughout. I don't know. Obviously, months passed by in between. Um,
And he's in FWB
I think he
or no?
was. He was at one point. Yeah, no, he definitely was at one point. I don't know if he's in there now. The thing is that now I feels like FWB is not even really that active, so people may just be in it, but like never chat, which I'm probably one of them. I don't really even chat. I just like kind of lurk.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, sure.
so
That's how it goes. What they say? 90% of users are lurkers
yeah,
or something like that,
yeah,
which is funny, but it is true. I mean, you ever think about like? Well, I'm sure you do. Like, what sort of aspects of FWB that we could implement of like the less so, and maybe it is contingent on the token. I'm not sure, but I was about to say less so on the tokenomics side of things and more so on the social side of things. But like I said, maybe it is, maybe it hinges on the token. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but that there is obviously something there because everybody I've talked to, you know, in crypto that I've found to be fucking cool knows what FWB is or was and or is a member of FWB. You
yeah,
know, so it's like it's not trivial the amount of people that I fuck with that are like, yeah, I was part of FWB. You know, it's like,
yeah,
all right, so what was that? You know, like
yeah.
what the fuck was that?
It's hard to say as it's, and I think that's why it's so hard to almost like maintain the thing that it had at that time. I think first and foremost it definitely had like I think the first marketing aspect was of it was like the inklings or like clues of like who was in it, right? Like, oh, I heard so and so was in FWB at this point, and that makes you want to get into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it became kind of like, now that these people are in it, what can these people do together? And then it became the really cool things that kind of were born out of it, right? Where it was um, a lot of the token experiments, a lot of the like FWB Fest was born out of that time, probably. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
like basically community building events, I think you could probably sum it up into, right? Like there was a point where like a bunch of people got together and did a group wallet and would buy NFTs as like art NFTs as investments, and they would like meet. They did weekly shows, a lot of weekly shows. They had a coffee time. Derek G from the park, he had a coffee time every Wednesday. Other people had different ones, like investment guys would have like an investment one. They would talk about like stocks. So different people
Mm-hmm.
had different shows too. So that's actually mirrors kind of like what HZip is. You know, it's kind of like mirrors that aspect of it. And in terms of the tokenomics, I don't know that they did anything too overly too complicated. Maybe I wasn't privy to it or aware of like what they were doing behind the scenes, but like the aspect that I think feels dope to me and continues to feel dope is the aspect of like the only thing required to be in the chat is simply holding the tokens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, meaning that like I could buy in at any time, but I'm not necessarily buying in. I'm holding on to a token. And when I want to sell it, I'm free to sell it at any time. If the price was appealing to me and it was a life-changing money, I'm sure people sold it, right? Like if they got in for $20 and then they could sell for $1,000 at one point, I'm sure people were like, fuck it. The $1,000 is worth to me more than like the chat at this point, right? Like,
Totally.
um, so that I guess that's like it's like almost like indirectly staking, right? Like
Yeah, it
instead of
is.
like an actual staking mechanism to make me stake and keep the coins in a certain place, I'm keeping the coins based on my own decision. The
Right.
decision is mine alone, and I'm choosing to hold on to them. And maybe that emotional trigger is actually the difference there, right? Like,
I think so too. Well, it's like, okay, with staking, the product is typically APY.
right.
With FWB, the product for staking was chat.
It was vibes. It was honestly vibes.
It was vibes, but only allowed through chat, right?
Right.
I think chat is everything,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I
Yeah.
think chat is fucking everything. In my opinion, chat for HZip is like way the fuck up here on a list of priorities.
I agree. I've been wanting to dig into that for a while, but I think we need the database is the thing.
We need a lot of things. Nobody's done anything wrong, like, and we've allocated the time correctly up until this point. But like a sense of community, yada yada, then the doors that it opens as far as, John he's always maybe like 4 or 5 times now mentioned the idea of the fact that he used to just watch the punks chat,
That's right.
but couldn't
Couldn't
talk
participate.
because he didn't have a punk. It seems like the least egregious or greedy way, in my opinion, to use some of the on-chain tech.
Yeah, I agree.
Chat gating, a lot of the other stuff that's been experimented with, I find to be just doesn't make sense, is weird and greedy. But like chat gating, fucking hell yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like, and especially, I don't know, thinking about FWB, I've been thinking about FWB a lot, especially after, getting to know you so much more and getting to know Trevor so much more. It's like, whatever the fuck was happening there was genius. Whether or not it was just a moment,
Right.
I don't know, but there's things to glean off of that for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like chat is like high the fuck up, especially.
And honestly, not to mention a Discord before its time. Like he's going on Discord when it was like still a gaming thing. Like that's when FWB was created, before, like, I feel like almost you can even attribute the fact that so many NFT projects had a Discord because FWB proved it was a viable place.
Interesting.
That's just a thesis without any actual facts to back that up. But it feels to me like, the proliferation of Discord in part has to be partly, at least from FWB.
I would probably believe that, honestly. Because I didn't know about FWB when I first fucked with crypto, and I was joining the Discords.
Right.
And I'd never used Discord. I'm not like a gamer like that. I was like, people besides my like 13-year-old brother-in-law are using Discord. That's crazy.
Right.
That's funny to think about FWB popularizing that.
Yeah. Or, I mean, I wouldn't say they did it alone. Honestly, I won't go as far as saying that, but like definitely like there's something there,
Well, every time someone talks about FWB, there's something there. It's real.
Fascinating.
Well,
yeah. And we're still talking about it, even though it's like apparently declined, right? Like we're still out here talking about the heyday of FWB. That's the whole thing.
Well, like I feel like FOMO, you know what I mean? Like I first heard about it from Chic Bangs, from Higher FM. She introduced me to Trevor. She was talking about Nick from UFO, and I didn't know like any of these like real things existed in crypto when I was talking to her. Like she was like, check out UFO. I was like, oh wow, people are building like actually cool shit. I thought it
Exactly.
was just
And
all,
that's
like,
what
old.
enticed me to FWB the whole time. I was like, oh wait, this is actually cool things, right? This is not just like money go up thing, right? Like,
Uh-huh. Right. And that's kind of what maybe at high level that's the takeaway for me as far as whatever I want to be a part of is that
yeah,
I that's why I don't love, like, even though they're fun and we probably should experiment with some fun stuff that's more like speculation based
right.
just because we want to, but like typically I don't fuck with that. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I digress. Anyways,
Should we
all
get to
right,
building?
brother. Say again.
Should we get to building?
Yeah, I think we should get to building. I'll shut the fuck up. Let's get to building. Cool.
So I got the notes of this already. I can dissect a little bit.
Sick.
Seems like we're moving in one direction, but like 2 or 3 different parallels,
Yeah.
which is fun.
Typical.
Yeah,
Typical.
which is fun. That's the way to be.
Oh, I don't think we could be any other way, bro.
Yeah, for real. And then again, I'm not gonna stream on live peer now, so
Yeah, thank
that
you.
racking up of credits or whatever the hell.
I sent the screenshots of the billing page in the Telegram.
Okay. Is that with the higher channel higher thing email that we
Yeah,
made it? All right.
correct.
Maybe I can log in there and see, because I would love to know, like, I don't know, how do they break it down even, right? It's like per minute or per second or something, right?
Usage
Yeah.
in minutes.
Okay.
So the minimum is 100 a month. And then they break it down. And this is where you should look at it, because I don't really understand transcoding, delivery,
Yeah.
and then tertiary is storage. But transcoding is the highest cost, and that's the highest minutes usage.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't know what the fuck that means.
All right, let me break that
because-
down.
Like, it is noteworthy too that every monthly payment has been different.
Is it?
And that's what confused me, because I figured it'd be the same if we're streaming 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. That's interesting. So then maybe it's on like viewership then? Or maybe that's what the delivery charge is like just on terms of viewership.
Maybe it's viewership. Interesting. Yeah, because okay, so October last year and February this year were $1 off. $3.35, $3.36, and that seems like too much of a coincidence. In a way that's like, in October maybe we had no viewers, and in February now we have no viewers, whereas in December we had it's $647, which that might have been when we were hosting chats about the token migration, to where that kind of linked up.
Look
I'm
at
not
that.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
let me
now
look at
you
that.
mention it, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I can like export a CSV and give it to like AI and be like, hit me up with an explanation here or something. Computer, hit me up with an explanation. I gotta find this fucking guy, dude. I gotta find this.
Yeah, send me that shit, because I want to see that on the streets footage, bro.
That shit is so fun, because his accent is like how I'm trying to talk, so it's like it kind of is funny.
He actually talks like that.
He talks like that. Computer, make these two hot and gay. Like he was saying like that. It's funny, dude.
Yeah, you know what? Like, if you get an accent like that, you just win. I feel like
Yeah,
you just win.
no matter what, whatever you're saying is funny.
Dude, I'm gonna walk into New York, and like a week later, I'm gonna have a fucking accent. I swear to God, like that's my toxic trait, bro. I can't avoid, like, it's cringe sometimes, but like I can't, like, my last boss, Mexican guy, when I was welding, I just started speaking in broken English, just because that's how he spoke. You know, I was like, this is how you talk to me. This is how I'm going to talk to you. And then I would talk to other people like that, and they're like, dude, you're just a white guy. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Why do you have an accent, dude? That's so funny.
Well, it's so cringe. So I hope that doesn't happen with New York, but we'll see.
We'll see, man. Are you from Colorado originally?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Cool.
So
I was gonna ask you
Yeah,
how
I've
long
been
it took you to get the Colorado accent, but if you're just from there, then you
Oh.
just had it.
born with it, I guess. Born with it. So yeah, cross your fingers that I don't start acting like a fucking local out of nowhere, dude. God,
It's the beauty of
That
New
is-
York.
well, I'm like scared about that.
Nah, man. When are you guys moving here? Like in May, hopefully?
End of April is the plan now.
Nice.
If
That's
we
soon.
find some, we're looking. Destiny, it looks like she's gonna actually be working at a shop in Chinatown.
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
Yeah, we visited there last time we were out, and cool shop,
Sick.
cool women that work there. It's dope. But now we're just trying to figure out where exactly we should stay, because I don't want her to have like a big commute, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was like, hey, 45 minutes, but I don't want you to have like hour plus. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Sussing out what that looks like. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a 30 to 40 minute would be normal for like literally everyone probably has that. And then once
Yeah.
you start getting past that, then it's like, okay, it has to be either like an exceptional place or like, has to be something a little different. And honestly, the thing that's it is a little hard is with the couples, because like two people working at two different places is hard to optimize for both. But if you're
Mhm.
optimizing for one, then you'll nail the one, it's fine.
well, and that's what I'll be working from home.
Yeah.
So we are really only optimizing for her. And she's got some friends up in Queens though. So, and Trevor's in Bushwick. You're in what?
But Trevor's like
Point?
subleasing, so he's changing for now at
That's
least
right.
every 2 weeks or something.
And also, like, we'll make any sort of friendships work when
Yeah.
we get out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's in terms of us finding this apartment. Me and Bonnie, we optimize for her because I work from home, so we're literally like, yeah, it takes her like 40 minutes, I think, to get to work. So it might be
Real.
even honestly might be even faster.
Depends. Yeah. Like I said, I just told her, I was like, let's not find a spot where you're traveling an hour.
Yeah,
Let's just not do that, because we don't fucking know what we're doing. So let's just minimize your commute and be good with that.
yeah.
All right, boss.
All right, my dude. Well, I'll probably hit you guys up still because I might be in just a higher frame of thought here. I might just be digging into the site. Part of the thing I think that I might do anyway is move forward with the database thing and maybe not wait for the banker guy. But that still leaves a big question, which I would have to talk to Cameron about, is like the login aspect and the login strategy of what we're going to do around that. My preference is with Privy, but I
Same.
remember Cameron was saying that he doesn't really like it that much.
I get where he was coming from, but I do feel like Privy is still the best option.
Yeah, it's just seamless and like people can sign up with email. They can, it's like it has what we need. They can log in with Farcaster through Privy, bro. Like
That, if it was all up to me, that's exactly what I would do. After experiencing some apps that use Privy in that way, like I don't struggle with them, and we want people to just be able to log the fuck in, really. And
Yeah.
Banker is awesome, but like there's no chance we're gonna get like a meaningful reply from deployer. Like he's cooking fucking open claw shit. You know what I mean? He's
yeah,
not worried
Banker's
about
fire.
logging.
Banker's fire. Like for sure. But I agree. I don't think he frankly has the time to help us do anything with that. right? I think that
Well,
like the door stays open, obviously, once we have this system. Would it be more than great to have our own version of Banker in the chat doing the things that Banker does or via Banker, et cetera, et cetera? That door remains open, but I am pessimistic on the idea of him helping us get there from 0 to 1, you know?
yeah, no, I think there's a 0% chance that that happens actually,
Yeah.
and in my opinion too, like in the sometime near future, we'll have our own agents,
Right.
and they'll just log in with Privy,
Exactly.
you know, and that's fine.
Yeah. With their own wallets and like, yeah, they'll do their own thing. Yeah.
All our agents will have wallets when they need it. You know, I don't know if that's 6 months out, a
My
year
agent has a
out.
wallet, dude, and it's via Banker.
See, it's
Oh, did I
right
tell you?
fucking
I
there.
went in on my agent recently. My agent has a ENS. My agent has a wallet. My agent could be trading shitcoins right now. I gotta check.
No fucking way, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I did what I told you I was doing, which is like I made it an intern of my agency essentially. So that's like the character that it's playing essentially. Like, but it is helping me as an intern. It does everything that I would be hiring an intern for. So like, that's my
You
intern.
recommend this?
Yeah, I do recommend it in the way that I'm doing it, I guess. But
I don't want an intern that fucking trades shitcoins. I just, you know what I mean? I want an assistant.
you should, yes. So for that aspect, yes, and that's almost like even like the low level of what these things are actually capable of.
Totally.
But again, that's like rabbit holes that you can go down. That it's up to you if you want to go down those routes.
Yeah, yeah.
But from a straight up like assistant, like scheduling tasks, reminders, all that stuff, it could definitely do all that. Yeah.
All right. Good show.
But again,
A
don't get
lot.
lost in the sauce is the warning that I always give people because it's very easy to get lost in the sauce.
That's why I've stayed out of it so far, because I'm just like, I don't know enough to make this a worthwhile use of my time yet.
That's the
You
thing.
know?
It does take a lot of training, to be honest. It takes a lot of like that's what I mean by don't get lost in the sauce, dude. The second you get the agent and you're like, you know, essentially the first thing you do is like, oh, manage my calendar. But then what the agent is going to do is reverse ask you the same question. How do you want me to manage the calendar?
Right.
And all of a sudden now you're going into like, what is the most efficient way for me to do the calendar? And then you're like YouTubing, what's the best way to like do like then you're like so then you have so then you need because you're looking for the knowledge to then respond to your agent.
Because you have an assistant, not a boss.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I feel like my framework is like, oh, I'll just have a boss that tells me what to do at the right time. You know, it's like, no.
No, it's an assistant, dude.
Yes.
You have to you basically are hiring a person.
Really?
And what is the boss? The boss gave you like a job description, right? And in the job description is like what your job is. You have to do that for the agent. So yeah, you can just get the agent, but you're also gonna have to create the job description.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Real. You're training.
You're literally training it from scratch, dude. It's a little AI baby. It's a Tamagotchi, dude. It's an adult Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi. Well, but there is the thing that's attractive to me is the idea that like you have to suss out all the bullshit that you currently partake
Yeah.
in order to train it. So like even just that as an exercise.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah. That is dope. That is dope.
Mhm.
Because that's essentially that's what happened to me, low key, is like, oh, okay, like every morning I look through my notes and like I'm like, okay, what did I not do yesterday? What did I do? Right. Then I like compare my notes and I'm like, okay, that means that this is what I have to do today.
Mhm.
I had to like verbalize all that and like think about it and be like, oh, and okay, cool. Now how do I explain that to the AI now? Right? Like
Right.
I think a better place to probably start instead of going like the open claw way is probably Claude Code and then like straight up markdown files and just being like talk and then do a whole round of that of just like talking to Claude Code candidly and being like, you're chief of staff or some bullshit like that. Like, you're the chief of staff, and my process every day is this. I look through my calendar, I do this, blah, blah, blah. Claude Code documents it. Done. Then you're like, okay, the other thing I do is I check my to-do list on Notion or wherever you manage your to-do list or whatever the fuck it is, right? Like, and then you start like, and then I think in that process, it's cheap because what is Claude Code, $20 a month or something?
Exactly, yeah.
So it's cheap. You don't have to pay a shit ton of tokens to train the fucking. Then once you've outgrown that, I think then it makes sense to go open claw and then be like, I have all these documents already made. Here are all the documents about everything already. I've already done it. And I've already brainstormed them. I've already bounced ideas back and forth with Claude. And now I'm ready for this shit to be like out of my control. Like, now you can take all of this and hit, now you're the boss. You know what I mean? Now that now you're the boss, you know.
Yeah, you're actually the executive.
That might be the move. And I say this anecdotally.
Yeah, I appreciate that tip, by the way. Do you what sort of access do you give your agent to your documents?
None. I give it
But
all.
you write all of the whatever these markdown files, the Notion documents,
So I give it access as a collaborator to what I need it to do. So for example, like it has its own Gmail, and if I needed to help me manage events, I invite that to the event. Right?
okay.
I invent that. And same thing with Notion. With Notion, I invite the bot's own account to my Notion account. This is where I manage tasks. Thankfully for me, I already had a markdown system in which I do notes and all that stuff. And that I don't give it access to at all because like it goes back till 2022 or something like that. And I don't even know what's in there. I don't even want I'm not going to surf through it to be like, oh, this is good. This is like, I want you to have this. I don't want you to have this. Instead, I gave it its own note-taking system. And I just, as tasks come up, I inject my information into that one. So I do like, okay, this is my process. I need you to be aware of this. So here's a note for you, and I cherry pick information from my notes to its notes. And then same thing with like GitHub and coding projects. And I haven't let it loose on any like client related coding projects yet. I basically collaborate on my own, like my agency website, my own website, and like projects that I've been working on. Like I haven't even given it contributor access to like the permapool repo for the website because I'm like, I don't even know about that. Like I still do that myself. You know what I mean? Like I definitely am like more limited than most people I see on the internet. Some people like straight up give it access to everything and then it just is.
Yeah. Which
like more power to them. But like I guess I still like the controller. I'm obsessed with the control aspect of it or something.
I respect that about you, by the way. Because I feel like I would fall into like, fuck, okay, just give it access. Just do it. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you have a unique skill set, I feel like, in a way that you handle all of these things. It would be like me stepping into a new world to where like I'd be learning all of these things at the point where I'd be like, fuck, it's not worth my time. Just do it, will ya? Just do it.
Yeah. Would you curious? I have a friend who actually, and maybe we should I don't know if we should turn off. No, this is relevant, I guess. Like the stream is still going. I just remembered. And we said bye like 3 times already to each other. But curious, my friend is actually a friend of mine. He has this company called Conspired Minds, and he does basically IT. It's an IT company. And he's gone down deep the rabbit hole of this like OpenClaw stuff. So much so that he's taught me some shit. And he put me onto this whole thing now that is like in the last 2 weeks has kind of changed my life and like increased my productivity times 10, bro. And I'm not gonna say it because this is live streamed, and he asked me to gatekeep it purposely because it's kind of like a little. I'll tell you offline for sure, but like. It's kind of this like secret thing. And it's basically how to unlock the open claw on like the highest level AI models for a really cheap price.
What the hell?
So, damn, why was I saying this? What were we talking about before? Sorry.
I was talking about giving it too much
Oh
control.
yeah. So he has like 2 or 3 clients that he's helped out with in terms of like open claw, and he has an instance of open claw that he allows to talk to other people essentially. So
Okay.
so essentially he has his own chat GPT that you could like literally text. Like you can text his bot and the bot will like reply to you and like give you, but he has like approval access on it. And he can also like see all the conversations that between the client, between what is, so when he set me up on this like new method, because while I was setting up the method, it kind of like broke my open claw for a little bit. And obviously like I couldn't like talk to my open claw to help fix it. So he was like, I'm gonna have my agent text you. And literally the agent texted me. He's like, hey, Chris sent me over here, like blah 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 blah. It was like a peek into the fucking future, dude. I'm telling you. So
What
this
the
agent is
fuck?
like texting me, and he's like, so this agent, her name was Eva or some shit like that, and it was like Eva was texting me like, oh, what does the error message say? And I would like basically do the same thing that I would do with like a chat GPT or whatever,
Uh-huh.
with this guy's bot that he was managing. And sometimes he would like bump in because he's a friend of mine. He would like bump into the conversation, and he's like, hey, it's Chris. Send this and this and that. She can't see any of my messages, so you could totally respond, and she won't even see it. And like I was like texting him through her chat like at one point, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna switch back over to her. Boom, and then I start talking to Eva again. Same thread, dude. Same fucking message, dude. So then like a few days later, he was like, how's the system working? Right? Because he like just figured it out. And I think I was like the first one of his friends outside of him to do it. He's like, it took me like 3 weeks to like figure it out. So he's like, I wanted to see how it's been working for you. And then I told him, I was like, this shit is kind of life changing, honestly. Like now it is becoming where like the AI is now, she's like transitioning into my boss a little bit, right? It's like my intern, but like she will also be like, yo, you said you would text this guy today at 11. If he hasn't texted you, here's the text or whatever, whatever it is. So
See, that's
it's
crazy,
helping me with
bro.
sales a lot, dude. With sales for my agency, dude.
Really?
Dude, like prospecting, writing outreach emails, following up, all things that I would do manually. This motherfucker, it's not doing it automatically. I will say that. I have to tell it, like, hey, check for any people who I haven't talked to in the last 3 days or something, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it does, like, I still have to automate it, but I think, like, the next step is, like, me telling it to be like, yo, now you know the system, do it. Like, you don't need me to tell you to do it anymore. You know what I mean? It's
That's
getting to
crazy.
that point. But the fact of the matter is, and I'm circling the thought that I'm actually trying to say a lot right now, but the thought that I'm actually trying to say right now is he's been talking to me about like productizing that for companies, right? Because
Yeah.
I am very much into like, or have the ability to like technically be aware of what's going on,
Right.
but he has clients who don't even give a shit, who just need to be like, hey, I need to talk to the thing and I want to text it. I don't want to have to like create a telegram and go to botfather and create a bot and like do this and like,
Right.
right? So there's
They're
like that
just trying to
tech
hire a cheap employee.
essentially. And like how much do you think that is worth? I feel like that's a lot. It's like it's got to be like $3,000 a month or something, bro.
Fucking billions, bro. Like that.
It's an employee. Literally, if I pay an employee $10,000 a month, I would pay $10,000 for AI. And
Yeah.
not to mention the aspect that this AI would be like fully customizable. Like I could give
Right.
it if I wanted to, like my company data, and it would be an expert on like my company data. I could privatize the model where like the model's not connecting to any APIs. Therefore, like I can give it private information without worrying that this data would like leak out to the internet or something. Like there's a lot of levels of it. And he was asking me like what the pricing model would be. And I was like, I feel like the product there is like something like a base level, and then you add essentially, ironically, skills. Like, oh, you wanted to be able to do this, then like it's another $500 a month. Oh, you wanted to this, it's another $1,000 a month. Oh, you wanted to be trained on this and this and this. That's like, And then eventually, you know, you end up where you end up in terms of pricing.
Yeah.
But in terms of like
You,
the technical aspect, that's huge, I feel like. And you were just kind of opening my mind up to that, is like there are people who like don't want to even don't care about that. Or
no,
you know.
that's me. Like, I wish I had your skill set because I would be diving down the same rabbit holes you're diving down right now, but I don't, and I don't trust myself to not fuck something up or just to waste my time in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, don't get lost in the sauce. Like
Yeah. It's
I
easy
would
to
get
get
lost in
lost.
the sauce.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
easy.
lost in the sauce with Claude,
Yeah.
with Claude Code. Like I get lost. Like I'm like, oh, Claude could do this. And I just don't know what I'm doing. And then it's like 3 hours later and it's like some shoddy bullshit. It's like I should have just done this all fucking manually. 3 hours later, I'd have it all done.
Yeah.
Like my brain just doesn't work like that. I have no background in code, or I don't understand systems like this, but like I'm so tapped in, I understand what's going on, but I'm not the guy to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I was, oh shit, fucking Claude can make it happen for me. Hell yeah. Like I got this. It's like sometimes yes, like I
Yeah.
have cracked some shit with Claude that's like,
Yeah.
wow, bro. I'm like, thank you so much. That's amazing. And then other times I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
Like this is taking a long time. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like one of the users for whatever your boy is doing. Like,
How much would
I
you pay
would
just
never,
just like anecdotally, like what would you even pay for that? And this is a
zero
brand new
dollars.
thing. I think that this doesn't exist in the world, like, or it's coming to fruition, I feel like.
Oh, real. There's going to be a massive market for
Yeah.
this sort of service, right? Me personally, I pay $0. I don't have a budget. Like I don't have I'm not far enough along in any of my projects.
No, but I'm saying
to where-
hypothetically, even on a hypothetical level, say you were, right? Say you
Oh, I
were,
pay.
you did have
I
the
would
money. You say you have unlimited money right now.
I would pay 75% of what I pay a human.
Okay. Oh, 75.
Realistic.
That's pretty high, I guess. So like,
Well, I'm saving money. Like if it does all of the tasks, if it does the same job, well, in theory, I'd pay 99% of what I'd pay a human, right?
oh, gotcha.
But
Yeah.
to like change my system to figure out how to do, operate in this new way, yeah, I'd pay 75% probably,
You
unless
could,
it's a nightmare.
like one thing that was hard for me to fathom before I even started doing this was the amount of work it would take to like onboard an actual human into my system and like then start talking to this human and being like, oh, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need to give you access to this, I need to give you that. That to me, I think was like unfathomable to me. And
Yeah.
now with having to do that for this fake AI, like for this fake employee, essentially,
Yeah.
now it is fathomable. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I feel like I could hire now a real person, and now I know. I like now. I feel like because based on this, I feel like I know what it would take now to do it, and
Mhm.
it's like less daunting. Have you
Yes.
have you ever had a virtual assistant or like through a company or anything like that? Or
No, never,
interesting.
never. I've only
I mean, same.
worked
I've never either. I've
small
never even.
business. Yeah, the only small business, very small businesses, maximum employee count 5
Yeah.
my whole life, intentionally. But like, so no, I've never gone through those motions that like most of my friends,
So am I
like
the only one that seemed daunting to? Like, is that daunting? Would that? Or maybe it's not daunting. Maybe I'm the only one that thought about it that way, I guess.
what a training.
Yeah, like onboarding a someone who you're a
Yeah,
manager to, or maybe that's too vague, but yeah, specifically an intern or assistant, I guess.
so I basically trained the newest guy at my current job. He's
Okay.
our fifth person, fourth employee, fifth including my boss. And it's daunting if they don't know anything.
Yeah.
This guy come out of school, he's 40. He come out of school at 40. Like this guy, he's got his wits about him. You know, he's ran a business in the past. You know, he's a good designer. So like I really only had to show him how we work specifically,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like he's a brand new baby. Like this is a chamfer. This is Fusion 360. The way you do things in a Adobe Illustrator. That this is how you use the tools. Like I didn't have to show him any of that. It's
Mhm.
like, no, this isn't. We don't do shit that way. That's the wrong style. You
Mm.
know, like we don't put zippers in this location because they don't work. The bag doesn't fold down. You know, we don't top stitch things because it's not as pretty. It doesn't fold. You know, stuff like that. But whether or not it was a simple process, it still took months.
Right.
He could hold his own to where like I wasn't just sitting right behind him. He would just ask questions or I would review his work. So it wasn't like it was my job to train him. But because of that, it was like a 6-9 month process.
Yeah.
Maybe a year, actually. At a year now, he's like fully autonomous. You know, like he's a hex.
Word.
My company's called Hexhead. He's like a full-on Hexhead employee now.
Gotcha.
He's an employee. But I think to maybe what you're poking at is like, yeah, you got to sit the fuck down and train this agent, right?
Right.
Like, and you have to dedicate time to it. The thing that's
Or you have to do it on the fly. That means that everything you do that is introducing something new, there's going to be like a mini training within it.
exactly.
And you have to be okay with then everything taking like 10% more time.
Yes, and it's not like a planned train. It's like,
Right.
oh, we're training now,
Exactly.
and you have to be in the same fucking location. You know, so if you were to train an assistant, that motherfucker would have to be at your kitchen table at your house. Like the fact that you can train an assistant at whatever time you want, wherever the fuck you
3 in the
want,
fucking
and
morning
you-
drunk, dude. I could do it if I wanted to.
bro. That's what, dude. If I was talking to Flood about, he's like a Claude Maxi at this point, and he's like, bro, I was 8 shots deep, just ripping the JMO. It was 2 a.m. and I was like whispering into the mic, telling Claude what to do, and it was working, and it just worked. He says. I woke up the next day and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna find, and it was just, it was done.
That's awesome. That's awesome,
Thank you.
dude.
You know, but like you can't be wasted 8 shots deep talking to an employee and being like, do
Yeah.
this, slurring your words, you know,
Yeah.
like no chance.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So, I mean, all in all, and not to go too deep on this, all in all, if you want me to help you set up your own, I can walk you through it, like literally do it like this. So we can do video chats and stuff like that.
that would be sick.
It's not that hard in terms of like your abilities, actually. Like you don't have to be like crazy technical about it, and especially because I will be there and I'll show you like what kind of happens, and like I have the foresight of being like, oh, this happened to me, so don't do this, you know. So I definitely could do that, for help you do that. It would probably cost you like $7 in like a VPS or something like that, and then like you could start with like $50 in like token API credits, and then you refill it on your own as you wish. You know what I mean? That's totally up to you in terms of like how you refill that. I wouldn't even go with like Claude or OpenAI at first, because honestly, it's too expensive for like the learning phase of it all. Although like that might be where you end up later on, once like, you know, again, there's like there's like, again, the training aspect of it. I think I would suggest, I think it's called Kimi K2. It's like a Chinese model.
I
Um,
saw that.
so again, you could do like $20 on Kimi K2. Going heavy would probably last you like 2 or 3 weeks, honestly. So you could
Yeah,
almost
okay.
get a month for $20, basically. Um,
That's not bad.
and
Yeah,
then the other ad side that I don't have control about is like how you actually live your daily life. So, that
right.
part I can't necessarily help you with, but if you tell me that stuff, then I could probably like put my brain to figure out like what way you could approach that with the open claw. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can also, a lot of the things that I ended up doing is like combining essentially like Claude, GPT in like the pre-planning stage before I even got the open claw thing. Meaning like there's
Okay.
already common knowledge about like how the open claw aspect works, which is like they need the soul file, they need the identity file, they need the like, there's like 4 or 5 files. I forget the names of skills, I think is one of them. You could already right now start those files
Mm.
based on like information that's just publicly available on the internet, the OpenClaw documentation itself, and you could feed all of that into your current models, which is it could be ChatGPT, could be Claude, maybe even both, and you could develop all those based on your own likes, needs, and wants right now before you even open OpenClaw.
Yeah.
And then once you
Good
have it,
point.
you just give you've already have those made, and then you give it the thing, and then you then explore like, okay, do I want it to do calendar stuff? Then like this is what we're gonna do. Do I want it to do task management? Then this is what, you know what I mean? Then you kind of it
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like it is like a baby in that way. You teach a baby one thing at a time. You know what I mean? So it is kind of like that aspect of it is like it's like I compare it a lot to like also getting a tattoo, right? Once you get your first tattoo, dude, you're like, I have all these other ideas for tattoos now.
Yeah, good point. That's a
So,
great analogy. Okay.
so you
Yeah.
basically start off small with one real specific thing, and then as you grow, you grow together. We grow, you grow, I grow, we grow.
Ah, that's cute as fuck, bro.
Uh,
I love that. Yeah, I know. I really appreciate that offer. Thank you. I want to take you up on that. I think maybe once I'm out there, once I'm in your area, I'd like to jump into that.
Totally.
I think right now is a rough time
Yeah.
for many reasons, but also like just the idea of this makes me realize how fucking unorganized I am. Just thinking about how I would train something, I'm like, dude, I'm unorganized. Like on my own personal shit at work, like my 9 to 5, like I'm locked the fuck
You
in.
you
But
don't
like,
task manage at all, or what? How do you do that, or do you don't do that at all? How do you know what you need to do? Just vaguely speaking here.
it's called anxiety, bro.
Okay. Okay. No, fair.
ADHD, bro. I have sticky notes.
Okay. There it is.
My wall here is just all sticky notes,
Okay.
and it's not efficient. It's not efficient.
No, I mean you get things done though, so it definitely has a level of efficiency.
It's
So
efficient
don't downplay
enough.
that first of all, right? Like
Sure.
you
Okay.
do have a system, and it just happens to
Yes.
be sticky notes.
Thank you. Yes, but most of it is like legitimately, most of it's just in my head. Like the
You
sticky notes help, but I'm not effective enough with even the sticky notes. Like it is legitimately just mostly up in my head. And that's where like this is.
do you ever do Siri? Like, hey Siri, remind me in an hour to blah blah blah. None of that. So when that does happen, what do you do, if I can ask?
I'll either write a
You
sticky
keep it
note
in you keep it in your
or
head.
I keep it in my head. It's
Okay.
just like my system is non-existent.
Yeah.
Like that probably stresses you out. And
No.
it
No,
stresses
because
me out. It stresses me out.
no,
So
no,
that's
no.
like,
It doesn't stress me out. I think I actually relate to it because I was like that. And
okay.
and failing so much doing that. And I'm not saying that you're failing because it may be successful for you. I
I'm
just
not
found
excited.
myself, I found myself failing at that a lot.
I'm
And is
finding
why
that myself.
and again, I didn't come, the system that I have, I didn't come up with it like in a day, dude.
Right.
It's just, oh, through the years, I guess, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only really self-analyzing right now that you've asked me the question. I haven't even really, like, you know, it started with like little things like, oh, my clients need to know how many hours I spent on this. I wasn't logging that at all.
Yep. Yep.
I was just like, feels like 4 hours, you know, like feels like you know, I was just doing that for the longest until eventually I
Yeah.
was like, I told myself like, dude, like it seems like you're not making enough money, so you're either like undercharging for hours or like, you know. So then I'm like, okay,
Mm.
for money purposes I feels like I have to make a system to actually factually check these hours,
Yes.
you know. So then
The
like,
the
oh,
testing came
intro
up.
to like a crutch one, you know, like, okay, cool,
Yep.
now I have like a time tracking thing that's like available to me now. Then it became like writing notes down. Oh, well, then, like, I never revisit some of these notes. I forget them. Okay, so then I'll do like a monthly review. Every month, I'll look back and highlight the ones that I need to do. And then that
Mm.
eventually turned into like digitizing them. And then now I digitize and I also do that. Like, so everything kind of like compounded into the next thing, you know? So I'm not like out here pretending to be like master in
Respect.
productivity. It's just like the way the things went, really, you know?
Nah, but at the same time, like I see how you organize shit. Even just a little peek I get, like into your Dropbox. You know, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that too.
I respect this Dropbox a lot. You know, I'm like, I love this Dropbox. That's fucking nice. I want that Dropbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it is. It's inspiring actually to see a little glimpse at how you work, or at least how you organize and how you structured things. It's cool. It's fucking cool. And yeah, thank you for letting me, look at a little piece of how you do those things. And
I mean,
I
thank
want
you for
that for
saying that
me.
because I honestly don't think I'm doing anything special. I feels like to me, it's like at this point, it's like a survival thing where it's like if I want to operate in this form or another, I have to like I have to minimize things to a point where like my brain conceptually can be like, right, like do it. You know, I
Yes.
can't create a barrier for myself. And that's just how honestly, I didn't plan it. Like my life just played out that way. So I appreciate you saying that. To me, it's like honestly, I don't even tell people about this because it's like too nerdy. You know, like Bonnie doesn't know about how I organize my shit, right? Because like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it begins to get nerdy after a while. Like, oh well, I review my notes every month, and every week I have a weekly review, and I make sure that my goals are aligned with my. You know what I mean? Like it gets kind of crazy, right? Like it's not a thing that I typically
It's
think
not
about
sexy.
sharing. You know?
It's not sexy, but that's how you know that I relate, because I'm at the point right now with my shit, especially with this move, to where if I don't minimize the things that need to be minimized and organize the things that need to be organized, I'm fucked. Like it's like you talked about, shit happened over time. I'm at that point now where it's like I need to start shit happening over time, kick that off fucking now, bro. Fucking now, and which is good. I'm excited about that. But like, that's just the reality. There's no more putting
At
shit
the end of
off.
the day,
I
I think
think
the common denominator for me, and I'm sure, and it feels like it would be the common denominator for you as well, is about the capturing of the idea and then acting upon the idea. And it's like making that process like almost, I don't even have to think about it. Like, like maybe, hopefully, I have enough things in place that would be like, yo, this is the thing you said you were going to do. And like, are you doing the thing actually? Because it's,
right.
you know, in within that there's also the reality check, there's also the like facilitation of it, and you know there's a lot of different aspects within that, but it's like I'm forgetting a lot of ideas and I don't want to do that. So then how do I create a system that will make me remember all of my ideas and not remember it like literally remember it, like in a notebook, right? Like a notebook.
can come back to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Because I feel, I mean, the idea to fruition, right? That's like that's a checkbox on, do you have ADHD? You know, that's like one of
Right.
the biggest things that
Yeah,
they add.
totally,
You
totally.
know what I mean?
Totally.
And
And look, 88, they're great. Like to me, it's a superpower for me, bro. The way I connect things sometimes, and this is off people's reactions. Sometimes, like little simple things that I thought were dumb, people are like, "Whoa, actually, yeah," and like it inspires them. You know what I mean? Like, "Oh shit, you did," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that was
oh, you're right. Yeah.
yeah, right." Like, you know, that was almost
No,
nothing
that's
to
cool.
me, and it's like the world to them. You know,
I do. I do feel similarly about that superpower aspect. But
but then it's like, are
I
you
think the
Hancock
broader.
or are you Superman?
Yeah, sure. Fucking
Because
sure.
same powers. They got the same powers, baby.
Same fucking powers. And to your point, like it is, and I say this all the time, like I'm too full. Like I'm too full. So like new thing gone. New thing gone. New thing gone. But you're not harnessing that. I'm not harnessing that superpower about all this new thing. Like that's the superpower is new thing come in all the
Exactly.
time, all the time.
Exactly.
That's the fucking superpower.
You
But
gotta
when
make
it's
space
just
for that thing.
when you can't keep track of it,
Yeah.
that's not a superpower. That's anxiety, bro. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're right. I appreciate this conversation a lot. I think I needed to
And I'm
hear
not trying to
all.
profess or philosophize
I
or
don't know.
anything. I'm just sharing, obviously, my own thing as well. You know.
I understand that we think in very similar ways, so it's nice to hear your perspective. I know you're not preaching, but it's great to hear your perspective. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. Same. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Let me get to work. It's
Hey,
getting real. I'm gonna put the end credits up right now. HIGHER.ZIP logo. Higher,
hell yeah,
bitch.
baby. All right, bitch. All right, bro. Well, let's chat throughout the day if
Yeah.
anything comes up. All right.
Definitely. I'm gonna wait for these notes to sum up to kind of recalibrate, and then I'll shoot over some of the, I guess, action items. See, professional, bro.
No, I appreciate that. Please do. Well, fucking please do.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.
All right.